Welcome. I see a lot of y'all, girl. It's a lot of them in that chat.
I see. Hi, guys.
I know they seem to be pretty darn excited.
Yeah, because they probably frustrated like we are, trying to
Right.
really figure this out. we might have to we might have to be the police at this point.
Girl, it's just insane. Insane, insane, insane. It's like at some point, is somebody gonna call the cops? And as soon as we got a little glimmer of hope from Kyle, Diane pulled him off the ledge. I'm like, what? I was like, why? Why? Go call, because he was like, I'm finna go call the cops. Maybe you should have did that, but no.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're still stuck in this infinite loop of who's going to find out, or who's going to capitalize or be 10 steps ahead of Victor. Because it don't seem like nobody so far. Everybody's scared of him. Girl, it's just crazy. You there? Hello? Uh-oh. Did we
I'm
lose?
still with you.
Oh, okay. All right. Because I thought I lost you there for a hot second. I'm like, where'd she go? All right. So, welcome you guys to Soap Corner Talk, where myself, T, and Bree is on the line. And welcome her back after, her son and the surgery. And you can go ahead and tell them, give them the update because they were asking. I know last time we were together.
Thank you guys for checking up on me. It's been a long 2 weeks, but we
Mm-hmm.
finally got discharged from the hospital. What was it, Friday?
Mm-hmm.
So he's doing well. He's doing fine. It's just a unique journey on top of the unique journey that we were already on with his autism. So he's doing well. The infection is pretty much gone. He had like a high fever, like 104. We were struggling to try to get down. But he's doing much better, and we're just trying to adjust to his feeding tube now.
Okay.
So thank you guys for checking up on me.
Yes, yes, yes. You know we got to keep up with our girl Bree and everything that's going on, or anybody that's going through something on, or got a situation going on. So a lot of folks were asking. So I figured since you're back, you can let them know. So that's good to hear. That your son is doing a lot better.
Yeah, he'll have good days and bad days, but it's an adjustment for all of us. So we're taking it day by day.
Yeah, I mean that's all you can do. Take it one step at a time. Until y'all get past all of this, and then hopefully everything go well with the recovery continues, all of that good stuff.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
just trying to see how the rest of the because they're giving us like about a year time frame that's considered temporary in their world.
Okay.
So we'll see how he does with it.
Okay. Okay. Cool. 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 All right, you guys. So if you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys that are in the chat hit that like button on the way in, or if you have been here, hit the like button. Normally, what we do the Young and the Restless in the first half of the show. Then we do the Bold and the Beautiful, and then we do Beyond the Gates. And then we have several segments. Flip the script. Who's taking several seats? Star of the week, pickle of the week, at Simple Olympics, and the Lily Winters Award. So I don't know if you got a bunch of candidates. Oh my God, it's like it was 70 some degrees here, so my windows are open. So if you happen to hear that
What?
train, girl, yeah, we got up in the 70s. Yes, we did.
See, eventually it's gonna catch up to y'all.
Yeah, but we supposed to get snow by next week. So,
Why? That is
girl,
so weird.
girl, this weather is insane.
I can't say I miss the Midwest. I miss my
Mm-hmm.
people, but
Mm-hmm.
y'all can have that weather though.
Girl, I'm sitting up here and I'm like, what in the world? I mean, it was a beautiful day today. That's why I'm opening all the windows, let the fresh air in and everything. And then I looked on the forecast and it says by next like Monday. something like that. We supposed to be back down in the 30s. I'm like, crap.
Have you lived anywhere else outside of Chicago?
No, I visited
Oh
but not
wow.
lived. Yeah. Mm-mm.
Oh
No.
wow.
What you say?
I said, oh wow. I so this is all that you guys are used to. It's like the nothing but cold.
Yeah, 4 seasons. We get all
Oh,
4 seasons. Yeah. So I mean, in about another, well, hopefully sooner, but another month or so, we'll have a consistent amount of warm weather. Hopefully, let's just
oh
hope for the
wow.
best.
Yes, because the spring break is coming.
Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah.
anywho, what else? What else? What else? Oh, okay. So I did see some things about what you were just talking about, how Young and the Restless got that award or whatever.
The Writers Guild Award.
Be right. Make that
The
make
Writers
sense.
Guild Award.
Mm-hmm.
When Keish mentioned this, how did YNR win this?
That's a
I'm looking
good
at this now. How did
question.
they win this?
That's a good question, girl. You tell me. How did they win that? I mean, the writing
Yeah.
has been all over the place.
And it doesn't make any sense. I'm like, it went up against Beyond the Gates.
Oh,
It beat Beyond the Gates and General Hospital.
wow. Alrighty then. I mean, I don't know. Okay, they're going by 2025, though, right?
Yes.
So, I guess, what storylines would you say really could have caught traction last year?
Caught traction. It was all about Kane and the AI program. This stuff leading to Aristotle Dumas' reveal and Kane trying to be the doormat for Lily and
Mm-hmm.
Mariah hopping in and out of the credits and talking about her storyline. And then we had the stuff with Daniel and Tessa. And then at the very beginning of the year, it was about the Mark Laurent thing.
Right. Okay. You think they might have
But
got it for that?
I don't think it's enough to carry out for the rest of 2025 over Beyond the Gates.
Right. Oh man. Girl, you are hilarious. You like, I can't believe they did that to Beyond the Gates.
If I'm gonna say this now to whoever's listening, daytime Emmys or whatever, if this happens to be on the gates with these daytime Emmy nominations, oh, I'm gonna riot because there's just no way YNR is beating Beyond the Gates when it comes to writing. There's absolutely no way.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Because, I mean, did you see the NAACP awards?
No, I haven't had a
And they
chance
didn't get
to.
anything for that either.
Mm. Maybe they'll clean up at the daytime Emmys, but
I hope
as
so.
far as like storylines and stuff that we can actually enjoy and movement,
Mm-hmm.
it's can we really say that about YNR? And I know there's some people who are listening and who love YNR. We love talking about soaps. That's why we talk about them.
Right.
But we're keeping it real. Can we say that about YNR right now?
Well, I mean, what we're seeing right now, obviously, we're in the third month of this new year. So, I mean, right now, it's kind of questionable, especially how this whole circus is going on with um, this AI and Phil is taking it on and everything else. Matter of fact, let me pull it up on the screen. And then we brought, oh, you know what? Let's just get into it. Let's just get
Yeah.
into it because this week was interesting. And I gotta say, when I saw how Patty was involved, I was like, it was totally opposite than what you guys were talking about. Because
Keep,
we didn't,
yeah,
where is
keep.
Mariah? We haven't even seen Mariah in about a week. I thought there
Well,
was
we know
supposed
she's
to,
not in jail.
right, but we saw Christine for a little bit of time. I thought there was going to be like a whole court case and all of that. I don't even know if we getting that. Maybe that was just the the filming that we saw of Laura Lee Bell was her with her over at the restaurant when Dominic showed up. Maybe that was it.
Yeah, I think she had like 2 episodes, and we didn't hear anything else. And we got Sharon talking about Matt Clark, and then Sharon getting upset with Daniel for moving on with Tessa, and I'm like, where is Mariah? We know that she's not in a jail or in a mental facility.
Right.
So I guess she's just sitting at her mama's house, just funking up the couches, I guess.
Mm, girl, she's according to she's at home where she can be, away from everybody. Who said that? I forgot who said that. That was Sharon, I think, because they was like, well, I think Daniel asked her about her, and she was like, well, she's at home. She don't want to talk to, and I'm like, okay, so is that it? She's just on house arrest for the next what, 2 years or something? I
I mean, could
mean,
we even really call it house arrest? She's just out and about having coffee. You got Christine saying, hey, you can be wherever you want to be. I thought you, because I don't know how that process works. Like, don't you have to check in with somebody before you
well, I
step out and
thought
leave somewhere?
that in my, from what I understand about house arrest, you can only go so far. That's why it's called house arrest. So
Right.
how are you able to walk around town with an ankle monitor if there's no what's the purpose of an ankle monitor if it's not going to restrict you from going anywhere? Unless they mean out of state, but still.
And Sharon has failed with this whole custody thing. I mean, the first place you bring that girl to outside of the coffee shop is to the victim's house.
Right.
Yeah, so she failed on that, and she's a whole therapist. And I'm like, there should be no reason for this girl to be go out and getting coffee. You own a coffee shop. Bring the
Mm-hmm.
coffee to her.
Exactly. Or make some at home.
Yes.
I mean, if she know how to make coffee at her shop, she should be able to make coffee for Mariah at the house.
Yes. There's no excuse.
Yeah, that whole thing is kind of weird. And then, like you said, like I was saying, she just went off screen, and so it's like, okay, so I guess that's it with that storyline because we got too much going on when it comes to what's happening with Newman, what happened with Chancellor, and then this whole thing with Matt Clark, and now Patty.
And Jenna, girl, you said it right there. This is a 3-year walk down. The ancient past is killing the show. Yes. They are
Girl,
just dusting up all of these people and then trying to remix it and serve it as something new.
they're just pulling it out the crates.
I
they,
mean,
they,
Patty?
they just
When was the last time we saw Patty?
God, when Paul, I mean, if anything, you need to go check on your brother. You
Right.
come in there
He's
talking
lost
about
his daughter.
helping some because I did see tomorrow's episode, but helping some anonymous person. How about you didn't got a get out of jail free card? How about go down to wherever in Europe because you also lost your niece.
Right.
So, I mean, I
So
guess you
this is
forgot about that
Victor's
too.
doing.
What what you say, girl?
So this is Victor's doing. They're so, oh. I've never seen so many people support Victor
Oh
in my
my
life. I cannot
God.
wait to get to that. This,
Girl,
yeah.
it's just pathetic. And he knows it. It's like everybody is like, okay, give Victor what he wants. Just give it to him. And I'm like, that's how y'all gonna do? Y'all just gonna just let him have everything in the kitchen sink. Just let him have it. Just say here. And then he turns people on to the person that so everybody hates Victor, but then the moment like with this Jack situation, Diane is turning on Billy to give Victor what he wants.
Mm.
He take these people like he did with Kane, like he did with Billy, like he did with Diane and Kyle toward Billy. It's like he just flipped the script on everybody and then tell them I need you to go do what I need you to do to get those company back. So he ain't doing nothing. He just got people running around town doing his bidding for him.
And the stupid part about all of this, they're listening to this.
Yep.
They're actually doing it.
Yep. Yes,
Like,
ma'am.
where is the logic in any of this?
That's a good question, girl. There is none. There's no logic in any of that because it's like out of all of these people who are acting like they're so afraid of him, nobody's going to the cops. Nobody.
And how about the fact that this show is basically about the people with money over in Genoa City.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's choosing to use any of it, not a dime. Pay security, pay private investigators. You mean to tell me you guys are billionaires and trillionaires and whatever, and you guys don't have like any access to like the FBI, CIA, something? Columbo?
It like
Sherlock
everybody's
Holmes, anybody?
Yeah, it look like everybody's hands is just tied. It's like we don't know what to do. They get into their emotions and lose all sense and sensibility about, oh my God, what should I do next?
Scooby-Doo, anybody. Y'all have the money, the
Right.
funds. Like, I think Kyle is probably the smartest out of all of them because when Victor was threatening that AI software, he was the only one who was smart enough to hire people to follow the Newmans. And that's how
Right.
he got a hold of Matt Clark to use as leverage.
Right.
And then he had a stroke of genius, and he's like, you kidnapped my father? Okay, I'm going to call the cops.
Right.
So there's somebody with somewhat of common sense.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really hard to point out the biggest watching no correction. Kane is the biggest dummy of them all. But I had to.
You're so silly. You say he's the biggest dummy.
Yeah, and yes, guys, and I see that Lily's supposed to return on Friday. I cannot wait for that.
I want to know which way that's going to go.
Yep. She's.
But you know what? I'm not gonna get my hopes up because they're probably gonna bring her in the last 2 minutes. She's just gonna show up, and when she's gonna be probably the cliffhanger.
Yep. Like, and he's gonna see like, oh, Lily is okay. She's fine. I cannot wait to him to get egg on his face.
Who you talking about? Kane, girl.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't wait for that conversation. There's a lot of conversations this week I can't wait for.
Mm-hmm.
But
and that's what he get. He's running around like a chicken with his head cut off, worrying, oh my God, my family. And this man is playing you.
Lily's playing you. His own kids playing him.
And Phyllis was the one that was trying to tell him. Now, the Jack situation, that's different. He actually got kidnapped, which we're going to have to talk about that too. But the rest of that with Lily, I'm curious to see what that's going to look like on Friday. And I hope they give us at least 30 minutes or even 20 minutes of what went down with her and not her show up at the door and Young and the Restless come on from 11:30 to 12:30 here, but at 12:26 she show up.
You looking at the messages from Jenna?
What'd she say?
She said, "Wussy Kane screaming Lily." She said, "I'm so sick of Kane that I could puke."
Girl.
Oh goodness, that's another thing with the writing right there. The return of Kane. They cannot possibly tell us that was writer skill
Worthy.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm. Girl,
Just
please. You
just
know,
completely trashed the character.
I know, right? But yeah, this whole mess, is like I'm gonna take a person, I'm gonna make you so afraid. I just don't understand. They actually think that Victor's going to unalive these people.
Well,
Do they actually think
given
that's gonna
given the
happen?
petty given the pettiness of Victor, I guess we'll talk about the Jack and Patty thing. He would have the opportunity to get rid of Jack once and for all. I really think that he would do that. This man has been petty over the years. Well, they both are, but Victor most of all.
So
He
you
would do
actually
it.
think, Bree, that he would do that? Take that man's life, knowing that that would devastate Nikki. I'm I can't see his family and stuff going along with that. Summer would be pissed because that's, her son's grandfather.
But this is also under the assumption as if this man was not going to cover his tracks. That's why he put Patty on that boat. He gonna make sure the blame is put on Patty and make it seem like she escaped because the way that this woman said that she graduated from a mental institution, that was just funny to me.
I know, right?
That writing was, oh my gosh. But he put the right person on that boat who was already unhinged. You're in the middle of a lake.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, as far as like his alibis goes, everyone sees where he's at. Everyone can have speculations, but proof, like even with him like threatening Billy and Diane and Kyle, they have no proof.
Mm-hmm.
They got a picture from off of a burner phone, but they can't sit there and say that it points directly to Victor. So he could very well get away with it. I mean, they let him get away with everything else. I mean, Lily has been supposedly kidnapped for over a month. And still no police, still no worry. Everyone's still going to lunch in not El Jardino, but GCAC and Society. And so they have no problem allowing Victor doing what he wants to do. Like, even like Claire. I think when this comes out about Jack, she's going to take her grandfather's side. Same with Victoria.
Mm-mm. Well, I know one thing. This is going to be real interesting tomorrow. Well, Wednesday, because Nikki is like trying. I guess the cliffhanger for tomorrow is something where Nikki doesn't know, and Phyllis is about to tell her. So,
And the question is, would she actually leave Victor?
she ain't going
Whose
nowhere.
side is she on? She has to pick a side at this point.
Girl,
she had no choice. She can't straddle the fence anymore.
Girl, she ain't going nowhere.
Mm.
You know that girl ain't going nowhere.
Man, it must be nice to be with a billionaire. She's not trying to leave the comfort of her home, the lavish lifestyle for nothing. She will turn a blind eye if it means she gets chancellor and she gets to keep her fame and her fortune.
Yep.
Like, all of those Newmans are pitiful. Every last one of them, Claire included.
Yep. And that kind of brings us, let's talk about some of the nuances of the different moving parts, because we did just, well, we kind of sort of talk about Nick Newman, because we talked about Sharon for a bit. But then we
Mm-hmm.
got that conversation between Adam and Chelsea that happened last week. And because they were unemployed, they're going back and forth about job opportunities as a model and as a con. And let's go to the Vegas tables and all this old kind of stuff. And
I was so bored.
I'm like, okay.
They're, a lot of their conversations as of late have been that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, look, Connor has a girlfriend, or oh, the moms at the PTA meeting, they want to do this for the kids, or something like that. I'm like, y'all put these two together for this?
Mm-hmm.
They and they're already planting seeds for Sally to go back to Adam. I see why, but so they have nothing better else to do, and they're once again people with money. Y'all couldn't start your own business.
Right. And especially him. I mean, you
He
got a
had no
whole
excuse.
business degree from Harvard.
Yes, worked on Wall Street. That's why we always felt that he was the better like Newman kid, because he Victoria can never have that business savvy, that ruthlessness that he has, and Nick probably wouldn't even have the college credits to even compete with Adam. But he was Victor, just an elevated Victor.
Right.
He has the business savvy. Start your own business. Why are you waiting for this stuff to settle with Newman just so you can be back underneath your daddy's control?
Well, he's afraid of his dad. He always wants this man approval. And that's the thing, because the moment that Adam questioned last week Victor about Jack and this whole kidnapping, and he was like, do you feel concerned for him? Are you not going to side with your father? Oh, no, Pops, I always got your back. I'm like, well, you're going to always be stuck. The moment this man raises his voice at you, you're afraid of him just like everybody else in General City.
That's so pitiful. Oh my goodness. This is why I love Phyllis in this storyline, because she don't care.
Mm-mm-mm.
She's up until a point, and we'll definitely get to that.
Well,
But
let's go ahead and do that part because, you know, Billy ran over there to break up their little lunch date because Daniel was over there talking about, oh well, you better be glad I'm here, and you really truly gonna want to change, and because remember she put that contract on ice, until that whole thing with Kane work out to get that company back, and that part even gets on, kind of gets under my skin a little bit because of the fact that you go after going through all of this, unless she was lying to Kane about the fact that, well, if you can get my son to forgive me, I'll give it back. I'm like, what? Only for him to hate you again for doing it in the first place?
right, and wasn't she the same person who said, told Kane, "Don't worry about your kids, don't worry
Right.
about your family, to just be cold and just be calculated, tap into your Aristotle Dumas side of you," and I'm like, Phyllis, I don't even care about these kids,
Right.
that they're going to forgive you anyway,
Right.
which they will.
Girl, I just couldn't believe after all of that. And like you said, after that conversation, now you're going to give it all back just to get back in the good graces of Daniel. I'm like, this is where we come to? If she going
Yeah.
to give it back, it's got to make it something huge. I'm not saying that that's not huge, the love of her son, okay. But Daniel he's a waffle boy when it comes to how he thinks about his mom. One moment he
And
can't stand her, next moment it's like, oh mom, I'm listening to you. You can do the best, you got this. Go out there and find something. Go ahead, girl. What you gonna say?
I was going to say, like, they don't need to make up his mind, because he was trying to struggle to find an excuse to be mad at her. She was like, well, Victor's did the same thing, and no one has anything to say about that. And he was like, well, this is Summer's family. Like, what about Nick? What about that? So I'm like, I can see if Summer is upset, but why is Daniel upset? This got nothing to do with him. That's not even his family.
Mm-mm. Why you care about the Newmans so much? They don't care about you. I
I mean,
hardly.
is he?
When do we ever see any interactions with the Newmans and Daniel?
That's a great point.
Hardly
Um,
ever. The closest thing he gets to the Newmans is when he was friends with Mariah, and that's adjacent because of
well,
Sharon.
I would say last year when Summer was around, right?
I
That
mean,
was the
that's his
closest.
sister, but I'm talking about like Nick, Victoria, Nikki, Adam, Victor. None of them people over there. I hardly ever seen Daniel in the same vicinity with them.
That's true. So I'm like, why is he mad? Like, and that's kind of her point too. Like, why are you mad? It's
Right.
one thing if Summer is mad, but okay. So you had nothing to say when Victor was doing this, and this was affecting your nephew's family.
Right, that's the other part. When Victor was doing it to Jack, and Jack pretty much had to destroy his own company by taking it underground, nobody said, Victor, you wrong for this. None of them.
Except for the Abbotts.
Well, yeah, of course, it's their company, but all these other people who are coming for Phyllis, nobody's saying they didn't say that or had that same energy for him.
And they won't.
Mm-mm.
And the sad part is, like, even somebody like Michael, who knew from the get go what Victor was doing, even planted spies, planted this, planted that, had the nerve to be upset with Diane a few weeks ago that Victor got what was coming to him.
Right.
Like, oh, he shouldn't have to lose his fortune, his life's work. He did it to himself. Why can't people just like, this is his karma. He deserves everything that he's getting. Him and all of the Newmans
You know
deserve
what? You
every
made an
single thing they're
interesting
getting.
point, Bree. You made an interesting point because you just said, um, Michael was mad. He don't have to lose his company, but Jack had to lose his, and you wanted to help.
Right. And Diane was looking to this man for help. And he was planting spies and doing everything behind her back. But all these people are crying over the Newmans losing their fortune. These are the same people who turned a blind eye, who didn't even bother to try to stop their father. They were perfectly fine with everything happening, just as long as they got their fortune and got their wealth.
Mm-hmm.
And they have stooped so low into the gutter to where Victor is like snatching people. You got Victoria trying to dangle her children. Well, Nick got his own issues going on. And you got Nikki trying to insert herself into somebody's marriage just to get some sympathy and to try to weasel her way to get her company back. Like they're shameless.
Mm-hmm. But
So
everybody
why feel
bow
sorry
down
for
and
them?
feel sorry for them. It's like they've done some horrible things. So, girl, what did you think about the fact? I'm gonna switch gears a little bit about the fact that Sally bounced back to Billy. That happened in a
Ooh,
very early part of the week.
like she couldn't come to this realization what a couple months ago.
Girl, and the thing is, she actually said that she can have both him and her company, and he can have his. And I'm like you just said, you mean to tell me you didn't understand that months ago?
She said it didn't have to affect our life at home. We can have our business life and our personal life separate. It
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't have to affect anything. That's what Billy was trying to tell you.
Girl, she made this man look like a whole villain. I mean,
Yes, she
people,
sure did.
because of the fact that she broke up with him, everybody, Jack, like, well, what about Sally? She's not happy with you right now. So Jack thought she was the problem because of her. She had that whole conversation with Adam. We talk about the conversation with Audra. She made this man look like a whole villain. And even after this admission to Audra, Audra had the nerve to turn around and say to Sally, well, don't let him hurt you again. What did he do? Did you not pay attention? It was her.
Exactly. And she still is hinting that she doesn't trust him still.
Then why did you
Like
get
she
back
said,
with him?
right. Like I'm so done and so over with this. I was actually elated that they broke up. I was like, okay, fine, this is good. She's a stupid idiot, but she came up and got two companies,
Mm-hmm.
and it took what, him knocking her up beside the headboard a few times that she got, a stroke of genius. Oh,
Girl.
this doesn't have to affect anything. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna build an empire. We're gonna be a power couple. That's what he was saying from the get-go.
Right.
But he had to take you to the bedroom, and it finally stuck to you, and now all of a sudden it's rainbows and sunshine and power couple
Yeah, and
now.
this man was apologizing. I'm like, what do you got to apologize for? She was the one hoping that she could, and I've been saying this since December. She was the one that was hoping that she could control this entire scenario. She wanted to be in control. And when Billy decided to do his own thing, even though she had her thing and a freak second company, because it wasn't her in control, she was mad. And then she came to that whole realization like, oh, okay, we can do this together. Duh.
Yeah, I'm so stupid. So stupid. That made no sense to me. But if they're gonna put these two together, just go ahead and just keep them together then. Like, they've been making up, breaking up, what, how many times now?
Girl, at least two or three. And see, this is the thing what happened with those two because they were a rebound couple. Their other Adam and Chelsea broke up with the two of them, and then they just like, okay, let us get together. I'm, at least give yourself some breathing room and then figure out. But like Sawana Jenkins said in the chat, she said, please send Sally back to Bold.
Yeah, at this point, and there's nothing wrong with the actress. The actress is great. It's just the character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the purpose of her staying there. And I wouldn't mind if Sally and Audra were to go to
To
Bold, to be
Bold.
honest.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Because Audra was a painter, she has the background, and she could have been like creating unique fabrics. And then Sally, see, they could have been the competitor for Forrester.
They could have.
See, but we got what we got. It is
Yep.
what it is. We got Spectra Charles Media, and we'll see what they can do with that, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I wonder if Victor, which more than likely the Newmans will eventually get their company back, what happens with Newman Media? And I think I asked this question a few weeks ago. I think, and I'm wondering because she's fully absorbing it. Change the name and everything. How you gonna pull that back if it's totally unless he tries to go after Abbott Communications and the whole thing? You think Victor would go back for the whole thing? Bree, if you're saying something, I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think he's going to get everything back before
Okay.
they do the crossover on Beyond the Gates,
Okay.
which that's coming up in a few months.
What is the crossover supposed to be about?
It's supposed to be about the political campaign with Martin, and I think Bill is also jumping in the race too.
Bill who?
So Bill and Martin.
Okay.
So the Newmans have a relationship with Anita and Vernon. Vernon and Victor are good friends. I'm like, oh Lord,
Well,
not Vernon.
why? What?
I don't know what they would even have in common.
Exactly.
What conversations could they have? And
The personalities are like two polar opposites.
okay. and I'm like, one is not even learning from the other. So what type of friendship
Exactly.
is this? And then you got Kyle and Martin, who went to school together. So they have their friendship. And I guess Jack and Diane are supposed to be tagging along too. So it's supposed to be like a major crossover event this summer.
Okay. I would have rather try to catch up on that crossover with Danny and Devon. So.
Okay.
Now that looked interesting.
I will say that Y&R is moving forward more crossovers than Bold.
Well, we have. Oh well, we had Ridge on the phone talking to Danny. That was the extent that we got.
And then we had Spencer Publications, some representative, that rude guy that was talking to Danny.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Right. No, Ion Fashion what he was, which is part of Spencer, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I forgot that.
Yeah. So okay.
To answer your question, I think Victor's going to have all of that back by the time that they cross over.
Okay, gotcha.
Now, I think.
Ooh, that's a good point. Did you see Jenna's comment? Jenna said that if Billy doesn't have Chancellor yet, I don't see how Sally has the right to rename Newman Media when she doesn't have that legally yet.
That was my question too, because didn't she say that her lawyers looked over the contract and that she already got the investors to back up the funding?
Unless that's what they call that, a flaw in the writing, because that whole package went over in that contract that Phyllis gave him.
Right. That's the part that didn't make any sense, but they put in Sally's script that she spoke with her lawyer, everything's good to go, she got the investor, she even told Jill, and everything has been merged over, and it's her company free and clear.
Well, yeah, because Jenna said Phyllis has not signed off on Chancellor or Newman Media yet.
Ooh.
So
they just jump in the gun.
Wait a minute. Did Billy tell? Yeah, so Sally does know that company is not his, right?
I don't know.
I'm trying to remember. When I don't think so.
The way they made it seem.
Because I heard. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying the way they made it seem with those interactions she's had with Audra, it was hers free and clear.
Right, but when Phyllis came to the house, Sally left. Am I correct? Or did she stay?
She stayed for a bit, and then, she stayed, and this is where she had told Billy that she sent him up the legal contracts, and he was like, oh, this is what Kane had said. Sally was in the room.
Okay, so Sally knows that Phyllis is stalling on that contract. I think, yeah, because
with Chancellor. Just Chancellor. I'm not sure if there's like separate contracts, or I don't know. Or maybe they're trying to write it as they go.
Okay. I guess
You
we'll
know, they love
find
a
out.
rewrite.
Yeah. It probably will be a rewrite. Jenna's saying it was a package, so I guess we'll
Mm.
find out eventually. We also still got to talk about Claire, Kyle, Holden, and Audra.
I knew this was coming. I thought they were going to do this storyline um, prior to the niece situation.
Okay.
I thought that was going to be Audra and Holden's angle from the get go. Because if you guys remember, they made it seem that Audra and Holden dated. Well, that was in his scripting, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And they had this past, this history, and that, yada, yada, yada. I thought they were going to scheme to break those two up.
Well, here's my issue. My issue in that whole conversation is Holden. This girl just told you she don't want to be bothered with you anymore. You're not taking no for an answer. You want this woman so bad, and it's like she's not clear. She knows exactly what she's doing and what she don't want to do, which is him anymore. And the fact that he's willing to go through these lengths to get with somebody who don't want him. I'm like, dude, you look pathetic.
Right. Like, not. There's nothing wrong with Claire. I'm just going to say she's just not that special. Like, this girl is holding you to a certain standard that she can't meet herself because she said, like, oh, I can't be with the liar, people who have the past and the secrets. I'm like, you came out and tried to unalive your family. You walked onto the show as a whole fraud,
Right.
like a lot of them do.
Well, I guess she's trying to say, well, my past is out in the open. What about yours? And I mean, honestly, he don't owe you anything because you don't want
Nothing.
to be with him. You're not in a relationship with this man. You talking about, well, I don't want to be in a relationship with him. Okay, so why does he owe you any explanation if you don't want to be with him in the first place?
Right. And then you want to try to run up around Kyle and have a lunch dates and breakfast dates and this and that. And like all of a sudden, Kyle's looking good to you now.
Well, Kyle is stupid too because I mean, this
Yes, he
girl,
is.
she she bounced back between the both of them, and she even said this when they were asking her about Kyle months ago, right after the breakup, and she was like, "Well, at least not for now," which means she put him on ice, did what she needed to do with Holden, and now you want to spin the block and come back over here with Kyle, and he's letting it happen. You know what she's been doing with this dude, but you okay with her bringing sloppy seconds back to you?
That girl spent 2 weeks out there in LA, including Valentine's Day with Holden.
Exactly. And you still thinking about this somewhere in the back of your mind that you want to take this girl back somehow. And she clearly told her mom, I don't want nobody. I'm just finna do me right now.
And my thing is with Kyle, because this is the same girl who didn't care that Victor was attacking your family.
Mm-hmm.
She actually took up for her grandfather.
Yep.
And when all this stuff is revealed about Jack being kidnapped, she gonna stick up for her grandfather. And I'm like, are you still gonna want to be with this girl after the fact? And maybe this is where Audra comes in.
Well, here's the other thing. Right now, Jack is missing. And she's trying to do a whole seduction plot. Kyle needs to go find his daddy, not find Audra. Or Audra find him. Because when they threw that in there, and I'm going to try to see if I can get him back. And, he does the kind of taste. I'm like, that dude need to figure out where his dad is. He don't need to be thinking about you.
Yeah, I guess they just trying to figure out what to do with these two characters. To be honest, I don't know why they're looping her back with Kyle, but I
Right.
guess for the storyline, to create some sort of friction amongst the four, it gives them all something. But I thought that with Sienna and Matt Clark, their storyline is about to come to an end sometime in March. I thought they were going to loop her back over to Noah so she can pick up the pieces somehow.
Yeah, well, look like she's back in town trying to help, and she helped find Matt Clark, which Nick couldn't do. Spoiler alert. Um, I'm just I don't know. It's so many things going on when they brought the Sienna character on with Noah. It's just I don't know. Um, but back to this whole thing with Audra and Holden, like you just said, I don't understand why they're bringing them two back in the same orbit. Hey, Keish.
Hey, she, she did a whole sneak attack.
Yeah, she. You see what time it is? She come right in probably as soon as we get ready to do bold, because I know she probably don't have 2 cents for YNR.
I sure don't.
You know what, Keish? I'm almost on that gravy train with you now at YNR. It's like, oh my gosh.
Me three. This CEO bingo musical chair the debacle has been going on for over a year. Like, this is all an extension of the whole mystery of who Dumas was. This is all stemming from that, and I'm floored that this is still going on. In one way or another, it's still going on, and none of it has been resolved.
Nope. And insane. One of your biggest questions, Keisha, is anybody called the cops yet?
And she sure does ask.
No.
Like, from the minute that he claimed to have kidnapped Lily and the kids, it's like, why on earth has no one called the cops? I don't understand. And that girl been missing for about a month and a half now. Yeah. Yeah. And they just avoid it. Like, that nobody, I don't even, have they even mentioned it?
Well, Kyle put it on the table, and then Diane talked him out of it. Which makes zero sense. Mm-hmm. I don't understand it. And we still don't know. You okay, Keish? Oh. Yeah, I had this annoying dry cough going on. Oh, okay. Oh. I know how you feel, girl. I was going to say, like, we still don't know what Devon and Nate had to say. Right. They left that. They cut us off. We saw that scene where they went to talk to Victor, and then we got nothing after that. Yep. Right. And we back on this merry-go-round of Audra seducing Kyle again, possibly, because Holden asked her to, and it's like, can they think of nothing else for Audra to do? Right. I don't know why they didn't put her with Holden. They actually have great chemistry together. They do. They have wonderful chemistry. But for whatever reason, they keep wanting to circle her around Kyle. It's like why? Right. Just put Kyle and Claire together and let everybody move on with their lives. I'm so sick of this. Mm-hmm. Well, but Claire don't want to put herself with anybody. And this is part of the guy's problem. They don't learn to take the hint. And you got Audra. She's going to always circle around a man with money. Yeah. Holden doesn't have any money. He don't have a job now that Kane ain't got a business, does he? I don't know. No, he still has Arabesque. And this is the part with Holden. I'm like, he's paying you to do nothing. Mm-hmm. Since Nice. This is probably the best. Is he though? Or does he only get paid when he asks him to do something? That's what I'm curious about. No, there was a scene on the train with Holden and Kane. And Holden was like, I would actually like to be working and keep getting paid to just sit on my butt. And he was like, well, I'm paying you handsomely to do so.
So I'm like, oh, that's okay. Right. I do remember that because I remember thinking to myself, that could be a dangerous predicament. Either great or dangerous, because I'm giving you all this money. Now you got to do whatever the heck I tell you to do, regardless of how dangerous or illegal it is. Because I'm paying you. So it's almost like he's basically at the mercy of Kane because Kane is giving him all this money. Well, I mean, Kane has been wrapped up with Lily. I mean, this is the easiest check. I will gladly look. He's paying handsomely just to sit there. And we know Kane's not moving a muscle. He can't move the muscle to call the police or call Devon or Nate. So he's not going to do much of anything. So, but you going to pay me? This would be the best job ever. Everybody would apply for this job. Yeah. Until Kane calls in one of these difficult favors, maybe one day.
So, Keish, are you liking that Patty is back?
I just thought she was going to come back in the whole Mariah story, not this.
Right. That's what we were saying.
It's just like, okay. I would have preferred her show up in the mental health
facility.
Institution. Yeah. But heck, I don't even think Mariah is locked up. So
no,
she's not. Patty graduated from the mental institution. I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, she was in maximum security, and all. Yeah, Victor graduated her. That's what happened.
Victor pulled some strings and got her out. Yeah. And this is why I feel that he could, if he wanted to, he would do something to Jack. He pulled the person who pew-pewed him, and he had to get a whole heart transplant. He's that petty. Well, this way, if Patty does something to Jack, it wasn't him. It wasn't Victor that did it. It was Patty. Exactly. He just put the snake in the cage with Jack. Exactly. That's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah. Well, they got a lead on where he might be, so we'll see if they can actually go and get him out of there. You know what I mean? And get him out of Victor's claws before something happens. Let me see. What oh yeah. So what I was gonna say about that whole thing with Patty. She besides getting out of prison, I don't understand the purpose, unless like it is to unalive him. Y'all think that's her only purpose, or is it just to, what other purpose could there be?
I think Victor knows that there's a chance that could happen, and Victor don't care. Okay. Because he hates Jack.
And maybe she'll throw him off the boat or something, or whatever. Who knows?
Possibly. So he has no problem taking the risk of her doing something to him. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, she's also under the mercy of Victor, too, because we don't know who's driving that boat. Yeah. Or who's keeping tabs on the both of them. And whoever that is, they could easily just drive them out to sea or like sink the boat or something.
Well, it's interesting that they said in tomorrow's dialogue that they're off the Lake Michigan, off of Lake Michigan in Kenosha. And I'm like, I know where Kenosha, Wisconsin is. There is not an ounce of water around Kenosha. It's just interesting that they said that. But
what? They didn't even bother to do the geographical research.
I think they did that on purpose, because I mean, if you think about Genoa City, Wisconsin, the true Genoa City, it's just a small town. It's not this big grandiose city with multiple corporations in it. So I'm assuming they did that on purpose, for people to be like, oh. So yeah, Kenosha is like nowhere near.
Yeah. And so funny. And this is why I keep saying, like, but these are rich people. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have security detail. Um, how did he get on a whole plane? How did nobody know this man went missing?
I don't think the Abbots have ever had security details or anything like that. Like how Victor does with at the ranch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever remember Jack or Kyle or any of them or John, even Don. I don't remember any of them ever having security like the Newmans did.
Hmm. Okay.
That's pitiful. Like, y'all are rich.
Right.
Like, you see all the rich people, they always have like bodyguards, like all these. Like, how on earth did he allow all this stuff to happen?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I mean, we've seen people dig underground tunnels into Victor's ranch, so.
Cameron Kirsten. All right. I think we covered everything, didn't we?
Yeah, pretty much.
And see, Keith, you got to put your 2 cents in there.
Yeah.
I know you always bait me into it. I usually log on and plan on saying nothing about Y&R, but sometimes you get me to talk.
Oh man. Okay. All right. So let us move on to the bold and the beautiful. I know you got lots to say about bold. Um, we got, I guess, a lot of moving parts with 2 storylines. So, with the Taylor and Deacon storyline, we got that whole back and forth between Steffi and Hope and Deke. And then Sheila doing a lot of TMI with Taylor. And then we had this man sleeping with his wife, but daydreaming and thinking about Taylor. And then Steffi putting her ultimatum on the table once again. And then on the flip side, we got all these moving parts with the Elektra storyline, where Elektra and, well, Ivy is being messy, even though she's trying to keep Daphne from interfering. She being messy, and then these kids don't know how to communicate. It, I was
All
so,
this
ooh, I
all
was,
this technology, and they can't communicate.
yeah, this so-called letter that went missing, these kisses that somebody, at least Will was honest about, that that she couldn't be honest about, and then she want to act play the victim in this whole thing, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
this whole thing is a mess. And I didn't like the fact that Bold did not let her be held or call her out, let Will call her out on that kiss he saw. I'm like, how you
Yeah.
gonna let him be honest, but then he can't call her out on what he saw?
Right.
They like painting certain people as victims. And the part that really upset me last week was Ivy's dialogue about Will saying, like, oh, did you know that he slept with another
Ooh,
woman while he
girl,
was
that
with my
I was
niece?
gonna bring that up, but go right ahead. Go right ahead.
I was so furious by that.
Mm-hmm.
She knew that the man was taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Even Electra said out of her own mouth that wasn't even his fault. His drink was spiked. Like, how can she put his own SA on him? Like, that was really disgusting of Ivy.
That was really disgusting of the writing and kind of double standard, because I can guarantee you if they were to flip that,
Right.
it'd be a lot of angry viewers.
Yep.
Yes.
And it would be one thing if she specifically said Will was essayed, and then the very next night he slept with Electra, and she was upset about that because he didn't say anything to her about it.
Right.
It's another thing to say that she's framing it like
He
he went
slept
out and
with
just
another
slept with
woman.
somebody.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and then slept with Electra. And that's, like y'all said, that's not at all how it happened.
Yeah.
But they've even had Electra kind of act like, um, there were a few times where Electra it was almost like she was blaming him for what happened.
Right.
Not not specifically that you didn't say anything to me or let me know what happened to you. It was more like, I can't believe you would do that. I can't believe you would sleep with somebody else and not say anything. It's like, girl. That's why a lot of people were so upset with that storyline, because they weren't even allowing the other characters to acknowledge that he was SA.
Exactly.
It's a double standard.
It's a huge double standard. Yeah, because it was of the opposite, gender. Then it's like, oh, we can play around with it and
Yeah.
casually. But if it was, her that was SA and he was like, how dare you sleep with another man before sleeping with me, the internet would be ablaze.
Yep. And then it was like, once they allowed Katie to say it, that he was taking, she would always say taken advantage of. But once they allowed her to say that, it was like she would go back and forth with it. In one breath, she would say he was taken advantage of, and then in another breath, he slept with Luna.
Mm-hmm.
Like, y'all can't even be consistent with it.
Right.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah. When she said that, when Ivy said that last week, I was like, no, they didn't. No, they did
Mm-hmm.
not.
Yeah, that was. I did not like that. And then fast forward to today's episode. Ma'am, you're holding some secrets too. You holding some kisses, same way Steffi was holding some kisses a couple years ago.
Well, I mean, my thing is that she's upset about something that was her doing. You put that girl in his house.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you were the one that says you didn't recommend nobody staying at Eric's house or anybody else. Your side of the family got money too. Why couldn't she stay somewhere over there with you? I mean, y'all BFFs at that time. Why not have your best
Right.
friend to stay at? Have Eric say, hey, can you open up one of the cabins on the property so she can stay here? No, you told that girl to stay at your boyfriend's house.
I think RJ was the first person to say something about how wealthy Will and his family is, and they could have gotten Dylan an apartment anywhere. It didn't have to be with him.
And
That's the first that said that.
Yep.
and then Ivy was the second, and I'm like, y'all have money too. Y'all have resources too. And even if they didn't want to put out any money, they know leaders, they know all these different prominent people that could have helped her out. But you're mad at the person who actually took her in, because he can do whatever he wants in his house. And that's just the bottom line of that. And my thing is that is if that is Electra's friend, why didn't she go above and beyond to help out her friend and say, hey, girl, come live with me. Hey, I have a friend of mine. She has this great apartment downtown. Why don't you go live with her? Anything. She suggested her boyfriend's house.
Right.
Like an
I don't
idiot.
know what woman would suggest.
Nope.
What woman would suggest that your BFF and you're not living with your boyfriend? Why would you
Right.
suggest your boyfriend to go live at your girlfriend's house?
And your boyfriend is a billionaire's son.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, he's young, she's young, they're in their prime. Like, I mean, this is the last situation you ever want to put yourself in. And here's the thing: she wasn't even putting herself out there to Will like that. The girls at that office,
Now they're more forward.
thirsty,
Thirsty
Yeah.
bird.
parched.
Right.
I mean, you don't want, like, I can see if Dylan was moving like that, then absolutely, I get that. But to threaten this girl to leave and why couldn't y'all just helped her out if it was like that bothersome for your friend to stay at your boyfriend's house? Why did you even suggest it in the first place?
Right.
And it's not even your house.
The other part is that she broke up with this guy. Last week they were broken up.
Mm-hmm.
And she figured that he wasn't supposed to do anything while they were broken up. Now, I'm not saying that people should jump, because we was just talking about Billy and Sally on the rebound after Chelsea and Adam did their thing. But she expected him not to do anything and keep her kids quiet with RJ at the same time. He was like, look, we were broken up. You kicked me to the curb last week.
Yeah. So
Her even asking is just that Electra just looks for a reason to be mad about something.
she looks for a reason to be a victim.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Some women are just professional victims when
Yep.
it comes to they want to be right. They can never do anything wrong. I mean,
Well, tomorrow's
girl,
episode is going to be interesting because Deke don't like her either.
Doesn't
Don't
like
like Electra?
Electra.
Yes.
I
Oh,
mean,
when did that start?
I don't know. They must have dropped it because tomorrow the spoilers are out for tomorrow. There's a spoiler clip, and Dylan is telling him about what's going on, and he's like, I don't care for her either.
Oh,
mm,
I don't
okay.
know why in specific because it only gave us the snippet, but I haven't even seen those two interact with each other for him to formulate an opinion on Electra.
they had some scenes early on when he first started um, hanging out at Forrester when they were trying to figure out if they were gonna give him a position,
Mm-hmm.
and they had some scenes together because I liked their chemistry even as just friends. I thought they had nice chemistry in their scenes, but yeah, I mean, other than that, they hadn't had any run-ins or I can't imagine what she would have done for Deke to suddenly not like her,
He's a Forrester.
unless it's something.
You said who's a Forrester? Oh, because she's a Forrester?
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
it could have been something like that. If he could have been bitter about being fired, it could have been anything. But
He doesn't
like,
seem like that. Like, I feel like he took his firing better than Hope did. He was like very understanding about it, and Electra didn't have anything to do with that.
oh yeah, he was far more humble than his sister. But I think maybe they're pivoting the story so they can circle him back to Remy, because we haven't seen Remy in a while either.
Mm-hmm.
You think so?
Yeah, so if they kind of have him on the opposite end with this whole Electra and Dylan storyline, and he's taking up Dylan's side, this kind of brings Remy back into the mix and puts them back into the relationship, since he's not concerned about his friendship with Electra.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Well, I guess
mean,
we're going to find out tomorrow.
Yeah, this is. You can tell we struggling trying to make sense of all this.
Right.
Because the storylines are just, they run together and then they drop a lot of storylines. Like I feel really bad for the Remy character. I'm like, where is he at?
I know, right? I don't know. He just disappeared. So, yeah, we
At least
really.
it was they kind of put a um, not saying that they got rid of the character, but they kind of put a little bit of a period to his sentence because Deke broke up with him. So it's not like him and Deke got in an argument and then we just never saw him again.
Yeah.
They made a whole announcement about like, oh, we have a gay character and
that old goofy announcement.
Yeah.
The goofy announcement with I thought you were talking about the party that they threw for Deke.
Oh, yeah.
When they first brought him on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. That was however many months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Doing all that just to fire him a month later.
I'm just not happy about this whole thing between Ivy and
Daphne.
And Daphne, I just wish Daphne would come at her a little bit harder. This girl is talking to her any kind of way. And I'm
Yeah.
like, where your COO husband?
Right. Because what are you threatening her with?
Oh,
Like,
right.
what do you have the authority to do?
Exactly. I'd be like, what you gonna do?
She got even less pull around there than Hope does.
Okay. Like she was struggling to even get her jewelry line off the map, and she's a whole forester. I wouldn't be threatened by nothing that Ivy had to say.
Right. She
But
think everybody's scared of her. You better not say, oh, okay, and if I do, then what? What you gonna do? You gonna
That's
fire
what I want her
me?
to say.
yeah, and I'm so sick of the fact that you there's just way too much investment into Electra's storyline, and it makes me wonder if there was something more. Um, I'm not sure if anyone had checked out the Michael Fairman interview with all five of the characters: Ivy, Electra, Dylan, and Will, and RJ. And Ashley Brewer said there's going to be a lot of twists and turns with this particular storyline. She said it took her for a loop with the direction they went with her character. And for me, I she sounds very motherly. And I'm wondering if they might be pivoting in that direction as to why she's being so overprotective and trying to ensure that Electra is with uh, someone other than Will. Like she's the intensity almost kind of reminds me of Stephanie when it came to like Ridge, like that overbearing mother. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but I'm
It's
like
either that or she's gonna hurt Dylan or Daphne.
I think so too. I don't think Daphne's going to stay around for much longer. Like we haven't seen her with her own husband. Like they looped her into this storyline for no reason. We should be like seeing her like going to the doctor, trying to focus on getting pregnant or something.
Well,
But
I mean, according to the spoilers, something that whole thing is about to explode this week with finding out that she had some involvement and things like that. So, I mean, unless there's some further twists down the lines after this come out, because obviously we saw the promo that Dylan is going to be working in Forrester. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
why can't she go to Spencer? Everybody
That's
goes
what
to
I thought they
Forrester
were going
for
to
a
do with that.
job.
Yeah, I thought they were going to send her to Spencer, and then Will was going to go over there because he didn't want to be in the same. He didn't want to be at Forrester with Electra, but
And then
apparently that's not how it's going to work.
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Keish.
Oh no, I was just saying. Apparently, that's not how that's going to work.
And then the other part of this whole thing, when Will wanted to quit, I'm like, that's where you shouldn't even be here.
Mm-hmm.
You were only there because your mom got you the job there. She no longer works there. Her and her sister are at odds. And then
right.
Steffi is talking about, I don't want you to, leave your career here. He has no career there. He has a job. Whatever that is. What you say, what you call it, Bree? A super intern. I mean, what
He
do you,
is super intern. What does he do?
right,
He's
what,
not. What fashion career is he hoping to have? He's getting faxes. He's getting material for people. That's all he's been promoted to do.
mm-hmm.
And organize paper instead of just throwing them and tossing them in the air.
And exactly. And my thing is, why not go where your family is? You're the second
Mm-hmm.
to the heir to the third, because I don't know where Wyatt is, but just say Wyatt is somewhere in this whole lineage. Or if
Mm-hmm.
you're co-CEO and the other is vice president, y'all are still in line to the Spencer throne. Why are you over here, Forrester? And then
Right.
Steffi talked him out of leaving. I'm like, what? Because I was pretty excited about the fact that the boy was gonna quit.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And my thing is like, you don't have to go to Steffi. You can just quit.
Right.
You can just leave. Why are you giving like oh, here's my resignation letter. What?
I mean, I understand that. That's a common courtesy when you resign from a job. He knows them personally, so I could imagine that he would prefer to. It's just the courteous thing to do to give somebody a face to face. Hey, I'm resigning. So I didn't think that there was anything strange or off about that.
I mean, even his mama didn't do that. Like, you have a whole $1 billion empire you're an heir to. It's not like he's trying to go from one company
And come back.
and fashion to the next. He's just like, look, I'm about to go. I mean, I personally wouldn't give any explanation. I mean, he's not holding any prominent position over there. That's just me.
Right. He will never be in that C-suite ever.
Nope. I mean, he could probably like be in charge of like lining up all the models for the runway shows, and I mean, he could have Pam's job. That's the closest he'll get to the C-suite.
And then he had to throw his dad under the bus. I don't know if I want to go over there and work with him. You know, it's a tyrant. And then Steffi like, yeah, we know Bill. I'm like, why would you do that?
Right.
You're going to be looking for that empire money someday soon. And you talking about your dad like, oh, well, your mama over there, she married him.
Okay. And here's the other thing. He could have worked for his mama.
Exactly.
Who has a whole fashion. She hired what? 2 employees. Eric and a model. She doesn't have anyone at the front desk. That's where Dylan should have came in. Like, she could have had her son, since he got all this experience to get promoted to do nothing. Like, have him go over there and work up underneath you. Like, he does not need to be over at Forrester at all.
He don't. And Gail said, keep in mind, Will is part Spencer and Logan. And I get that. But his
none of them,
huh?
But none of it is Forrester.
Right, his legacy is over at the Spencer Empire. And and you guys brought this up, so I'm going to, make sure y'all get the credit for this. Y'all talked about this in the chat. Why is it that Will and RJ don't act like first cousins?
Yes.
Yeah, they act like the guys who just met each other when RJ came to town.
They are first cousins, and they act like they're just perfect strangers. And I'm like, your mom and your mom are sisters.
And they're incredibly close. Well, they used to be. But they were attached to the hip. All of these Logan Women's and Logan Power and all these Logans. You mean to tell me these boys have never crossed paths at all? And they're cousins.
He know more about him. RJ know more about him and Electra being cousin adjacent versus his own first cousin.
Right. And when I think the first topic of discussion about Will with RJ, RJ made it seem like, oh well, we went to different boarding schools, and I saw the guy at a holiday party. What? Like, you mean when you guys were celebrating as a family because you guys are related?
Right.
I don't know what the show has against actual family members knowing, like, acting like they're family members. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Even Electra and RJ acting like complete and total strangers was stupid. I don't care that they weren't blood related. They still grew up in the same family. They know who each other's parents are. Like, you guys are family. The way they introduced them, like they had no idea the other existed, was just ridiculous.
Yeah. And then I wonder if like the stuff going on with their moms is also going to come into play with their feud. Like, oh, your mom did this, or your mom did that, just so they can have a reason to keep picking at each other.
Mm-hmm.
But
which was even more reason to send Will over to Spencer
thank
/
you.
Logan.
Thank you.
Especially if
Exactly.
those two plan on clump, because they were like they were about to fight today. So I mean, if they're about to go to blows against each other, that's a whole. Even though Ivy ignited this whole thing, still you got two first cousins up in the middle of the showroom fighting.
Right. And I mean, there should be no reason for any of this. It's just a lot of kitty mess.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry.
Go
No,
ahead.
you go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and it's just annoying. It's just, I mean, this was sweeps. Their whole storyline was February sweeps.
Mm-hmm.
I think RJ planned on being messy no matter what. Even if Ivy wasn't in the middle of this, just the way that he kept talking about Electra and how he would look at her with the whole little, oh, she's so beautiful, she's so great BS that he kept telling everybody that he talked to.
Mm-hmm.
I think RJ was gonna do something to be messy regardless.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Probably so. I mean, and I know I saw this in the chat that maybe they're trying to reach a younger demographic. And I mean, I get it. I just don't think that the Gen Zers and Gen Alphas are watching midday soaps. They're on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying it couldn't grab a few here and there, but you know, the biggest demographic is over 35 for both the soaps.
You know what would have worked for me
Mm-hmm.
is if they wrote Dylan like an Amber character. I think that's an element that's kind of missing from this show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't really have like a seductress, you know, like money hungry. Like, we thought we were gonna get that with Luna. We got a completely different person out of that.
Yeah,
but I think the actress who plays Dylan could really have pulled off that Amber sort of role. And kind of playing two in the middle, because this girl has chemistry with all of these guys.
Yes, she does.
Mm-hmm. They really could have wrote her to play off of that and make her an Amber-like character. Actually give a reason for Electra to be insecure.
Yeah. I agree.
I think that's what's made her so insufferable to this point, is because she's literally had no reason to be insecure about Dylan.
Yep, exactly. So give her a reason to be insecure. Give Ivy a reason to be an overbearing mother that I think that she is.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible that, you know, Gen Z, because Gen Z is getting into their 30s now. I have two of them. But basically, what they're watching is K-pop and Love is Blind, not Love is Blind, Love Island, and some of this other stuff. They're not saying, "Ooh, I'm gonna go home and watch the soaps." That's a older generation type thing, Gen X, maybe even some of the young baby boomers. So I don't know. I'm hoping that, you know, they get the desired effect, because obviously we're talking about it, and I know that we're in that upper, you know, we're not Gen Zers, right? But definitely the cast, because it's now, you got the two girls that work in the office, You got RJ and Will, that's four, and then you got Electra, Deke, and Will and RJ. So you got now about eight characters in this whole Gen Z pool that they're trying to draw attention to.
And this is where I would say with Beyond the Gates and what they do right is they really write for each and every demographic,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of blend everything in so smoothly. Whereas with Bold, and it's not to say that there couldn't be a lane for Gen Z, and I know you're not saying that at all,
Mm-hmm.
but if they just wrote them, the way they're writing them is very childlike.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at least with Beyond the Gates, they're up with the times, doing FaceTime, doing this, and they're catching on to the things that's going on around the world. Whereas Electra is a social media girl,
Mm-hmm.
and she writes a letter.
Right, exactly. And
Like,
she thought that that letter was going to have more of an impact than her talking to him or talking on the phone or as they would do text messaging. You thought a letter on a piece of paper was going to have more of an impact.
girl, and I'm like, you don't know. People don't read like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Especially these kids. They're not trying to read. They want to simplify and minimize this everything.
That's why they have so many acronyms in their in their messages.
Right. uh, Will probably wouldn't have been able to read the letter himself. Like,
I don't have an issue with what they were trying to do with her. I guess making it intimate. It was just the way it was executed was just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a whole. That would have been cute if they were just planning something romantic, and she decided to make a love letter part of it. It was stupid for to have her write a love letter as a way to, or a letter as a way to communicate her desire to be with him or want to work things out with him. That was dumb. And then to not even mention it to him because he still doesn't know that she wrote a letter.
Mm-hmm.
And then to not for her to not even go to him and say, even if she thought that he read it and threw it away or something, to not go to him and say, I can't believe you didn't even, give me any kind of response to the letter I wrote you.
Well, you see what they did, Keish. They came in today when he came in that studio talking about, I just want to forget about all of it. Okay, how about y'all talk about all of it?
Right.
yeah.
You know, and
Like,
he kind of sort of got his part out of, like we mentioned earlier, about him and that kiss, but the letter didn't come up. The necklace
Yeah.
didn't come up. Him about, because remember, he went back to the house to kick Dylan out.
Yep.
That didn't come
mhm.
up. And then the kiss didn't come up. And it's like, okay, what are y'all purposely dragging this out for some big blow up explosion or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
I just hate the intent when they do that intentional. We're just going to completely ignore
Right.
this thing that we had the character do. Like,
Exactly.
there's a way that you can write that without making the situation just look completely ridiculous.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
They want to base all of their drama off of miscommunications and misunderstandings, and it's like, why?
Right. And it's annoying too.
Yeah.
Because it's like, can we move it along? Would these people just talk to each other?
And I feel it's a different energy in comparison to like 12 years back when it was like Steffi, Hope, and Liam and their whole miscommunication. There was still some sort of adult element to it where it didn't seem so childlike, whereas this is incredibly childlike. You guys can FaceTime. You guys, she was talking about writing a letter. He's in the other room.
Right. He was across the hall that day.
Like,
remember in the the earlier, it was after the reveal on Beyond the Gates, and Kat went to Ted's hotel room and she was about to leave him a note, and then she was like, "Wait a minute, I'm just gonna text him." It's
Right.
like that kind of stuff. It's like they conveniently they want to conveniently forget about current day technology in order to push a plot of a storyline. Like, nobody has doorbell cameras when someone breaks into somebody's house. There's no cameras around.
Right.
It's just that kind of goofy stuff that they do that is just stupid. It's like, are you guys not imaginative enough to come up with a scenario that would go with today's
Times.
technology or
Right.
today's times?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. Casey Castlebeck, what does your mama think about this?
Oh.
So she said the stories are getting really, really good, and he said that's his biggest critic, and then he shortly had to. He took that story down.
Why? Because people started talking.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It got heated. So Casey Castlebeck, he posted a text message that his mom has sent about the storylines on Bold right now. And she said the storylines are getting really, really good. He said, that's my biggest critic right there. I'm like,
Oh boy.
Like, your mama giving out participation points because she's either getting the better edited versions or something in comparison to what we're getting. He shortly took that down.
I bet he did. I bet he did.
See, we catch every little thing.
All right, we got to switch to the other side of the coin. And this is this whole thing with Sheila and Taylor and Deacon, Deke, Hope, and Steffi. Oh boy. Let's start with Deacon. Deke, Hope, and Steffi. It's almost like they're just, I don't know. As much as Hope is talking about how you need to leave Sheila, but then she's not the same person as you think she is. She might not have a problem with this. It's like, pick a struggle, because you want him to leave her because you think she's crazy, but at the same time she's not crazy no more. So why are you asking him to leave her if she's not crazy anymore?
Right. And how about it doesn't have to involve Taylor at all? If he's done with his marriage,
leave the marriage.
Why don't you make the effort to do so and leave? And
yes, that's my thing. Is no one has said to him yet, despite what's going on with Taylor or your feelings with Taylor, you're clearly unhappy being married to Sheila. So even if you can't have Taylor, why are you not filing for divorce if you're so miserable with Sheila?
You know what, Keisha?
No one has said that to him yet.
This man either is one or two things. He wants his cake and eat it too, or he's afraid of Sheila himself, and he's not admitting openly about it.
Yeah.
I think both can be true at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he feels confident enough that if he were to move on with Taylor, it shouldn't affect anything. It shouldn't affect Steffi. It shouldn't affect her family or anything like that. Then just do so. But if you're done, why are you still going home to this woman? Why are you still sharing a bed with this woman? Why are you still going to work with this woman? It's been months now. He cannot be that checked out, because most people who are checked out, they actually will make the process of separation. They would either get an apartment, or they'll cut off intimacy, or they will, it would be known that they're leaving.
And that's why I wish Steffi would have asked him, like, made that point to him, asked him that question. Like, why are you still there? If you're so in love with my mom, why are you still, or so miserable with Sheila, why are you still living with her? Why are you still in the same house as her? Right. it's almost like what he wants is a guarantee that he can be with Taylor if he divorces Sheila, because he doesn't want to be alone. So if he can't have Taylor, then he would rather just be miserable with Sheila because he just doesn't want to be by himself. But he won't divorce her until he knows for sure that Taylor is willing to, I guess, sacrifice her family for him.
It's
I
just
actually had
crazy.
another.
Go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
agree with that
Mm.
100%. I actually had a second thought, is that maybe with him slowly pulling back, that maybe he was thinking maybe Sheila could leave him, and that kind of keeps his hands clean.
Child, Sheila ain't going nowhere.
Sheila ain't going nowhere. That's her saving grace. That's why she
Right.
been quiet all this time. She been living in her soft girl era that we've been talking about for the past 2 years because she loved that man. That man has kept her on the straight and narrow.
Sheila has always been desperate for somebody to accept and love her, and she is definitely not going to give it up unless she had somebody else on the side that, kind of like with, remember when Bill was tricking her into thinking that he wanted to be with her? You see how quick she dropped Deacon?
Yeah.
That's true.
Because she had somebody there that was telling her everything that she wanted to hear, who also had money. So she ain't going nowhere unless another man comes along who has more money than Deacon and who tells her everything that she wants to hear, because she don't want to be by herself. And that's kind of how Deacon is acting. It's like he don't want to be by himself, so he's not going to go anywhere unless Taylor can guarantee him that they can be together.
Yeah, that's why it's hard. That's why it's hard for me to take Deacon seriously when he says, like, I'm in love with Taylor. I love her. Like, I want to spend the rest of my life with her. She's all I think and I feel, and yada yada yada. You're not moving or doing anything to showcase that. You're promising her nothing. And then what was he expecting Taylor to feel with him saying, like, oh, I'll go and I'll recommit myself to my wife, but I'm going to think about you and when I'm doing it. Like, what is that supposed to, how is that supposed to benefit Taylor? She's not reaping any of those benefits.
You know what? He thought that was a flex to her.
And she probably looked at it as a flex.
And my thing is, she should have been like, okay, yeah, I'm flattered, but that's also disrespectful. Even if that was another woman outside of Sheila, you telling me you sleeping with her, but then you also thinking of me in the process. That's not good for either of us.
And my thing is, there's only so much a man can fake. He's been sleeping with Sheila for years. He could say that, but I mean, he knows who he's laying down with. So, I mean, I feel like there's, like you were saying earlier, T, that he wants this cake and eat it too. But if he wanted to be with that woman, let's say if it wasn't Taylor, let's say it was Brooke, he would have gladly left Sheila by now. If it was a woman he really, really wanted, he would have left.
So you think he definitely would have made moves if it was Brooke?
Yes. Because if you think about it, when he was married to Quinn and Brooke was circling around, he was making his play then. Happily married man, supposedly, but he was quickly ready to leave Quinn for Brooke. He was actually trying to make the effort to do so. Whereas with Taylor, he's dragging his feet.
Yeah, this whole thing is a mess. And the fact of the matter is that this man, as much, and I mean, I'm not going to give Taylor that much grace, because it's like, you do realize that you're being a hypocrite. You just came after 2025 when you were engaged to Ridge, trying to tell Brooke, do not undermine my engagement. But you're in that same spot now, undermining the whole marriage. And at the same time, as much as she's trying to tell him, Deacon is not listening. But can we? And I'm like, dude, you need to figure this thing out with Sheila. Plus the fact that if
Mhm.
Sheila, like Steffi said, if Sheila walked in that door and that was her instead of Steph, Sheila would have lost it, especially after what happened the other night, because she gonna put two and two together.
Right.
If you were fiending after her, and we ain't never had this type of intimacy like that, and you've been, having some feelings for Taylor, where you sleeping with me and thinking about her, that'll incite her even more.
Yep. Exactly. And this is where Steffi's like, well, I don't know why you guys are trying to start any problems. Like, what is this for?
Deacon
Like,
had the nerve to tell Steffi we ain't gonna get caught. She's like, it's
I'm
not
like,
gonna happen.
Lord.
And that was a perfect time for Steffi to say, what is your plan? What do you mean you're not going to get caught? So are you planning on leaving Sheila, or are you just stringing my mom along until she gives in to what you want and decides to be with you? Because Taylor hasn't asked him to leave Sheila. She hasn't asked him to commit to her. She hasn't asked him for anything.
Nope.
He just keeps talking about how much he cares about her, and it's like, okay, but I'm not asking you to tell me that. I'm not asking you to leave your wife. You just are choosing to not stay away from me. So it's like, what are you doing?
He's dangling that love word because they said they loved each other.
Girl.
And I'm like, they haven't had a date. They haven't had everything that they've done has just been in the therapy sessions, and that's it. But you guys love each other, and he's dangling this. And I feel like some people just know what to say to keep stringing people along. And being that we saw what Ridge did with Taylor for over a year, only for him to just leave her for Brooke and then marry Brooke the same day.
Mm-hmm.
He knows he can drag somebody like Taylor. This is why I feel like he's playing two in the middle. He's having his cake and eating it too, because when somebody is done, they're done. Mm-hmm. They're making efforts, they're making moves to end the marriage.
Yep.
And, like, the last thing that he would do is sleep with his wife, because that's going to lead her to think that everything is okay.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only so many things a man could fake. That ain't being one of them. So, I mean, that's why I don't understand, like, why Taylor is even remotely associating herself with this.
Right.
She downgraded herself. And then also gambling her life and her daughter's life and her grandchildren's life. And that's the part I don't understand, like, why people are calling Steffi a bully.
Right.
Why?
And I was going to ask that and do a poll in my chat. So, you guys, in my chat, let me start a poll. Hold on one second. Do you think that is being... Uh-oh. Hold on, move my phone out the way. Okay. Alright, start the poll. Alright, drop the poll in the chat. Go ahead, you guys. I want to know, do you think that Steffi is being a bully? Yes or no? Let's see what the poll says.
I simply think Steffi is setting boundaries the same way she did with Finn. Whereas she gave him a choice just like she's giving her mom a choice now. You can decide to be with Deacon if you want to, but that means that you're not going to have a relationship with me or your grandkids anymore because I don't trust that Sheila will not target us if you decide to go through with this.
Okay. Ooh.
I do think, though, and this is what I said a little earlier in our
Mhm.
group chat.
Mhm.
I think, the tone that Steffi is using with her mom is disrespectful.
I agree with that.
I would not, even if I disagreed with something that my mom was doing, I wouldn't talk to her the way Steffi was talking to her mother. And the other thing I was saying in the chat was, as as many as many times as Ridge has disrespected her mom, we've never heard Steffi talk to Ridge that way.
Nope.
But they let her talk to Taylor that way, and that's
Yeah.
what pisses me off about this. Like, I agree with what I agree with how Steffi feels about it and what she's saying to her mom. I don't agree with how she's speaking to her mom, though. I don't think it's bullying. I just think it's disrespectful.
Right. I agree with that.
Okay. Well, the poll is going, and it is 37% so far saying yes, that she's a bully, being a bully, and 63% is saying no.
Interesting. Okay. I love the
So,
polls.
yeah, I'm going to end the poll right now. Hopefully, I'm trying to give you guys a couple more seconds because I know it's like 100 of some of you in here and I only have 27 votes. So I know some of y'all are sitting in the back ninja watching, but I wanted to make sure your voices are heard or your vote has been put in on that. But I'll end up. Okay. Yeah, get the votes in. Let's see. Yes or no. I'm gonna give you guys 5 more seconds and then we'll end the poll. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Up. Yeah, everybody's trying to get the last minute vote in. All right, so I end it right there. Okay, so yes, it looked like majority in the chat is saying no, she's not a bully. To the 30, there it is right there. 62% says no, 38% says yes. 32 votes
Okay.
total. So interesting stuff. She's trying to protect her family, and I can see why. I mean, obviously, the girl's got a little bit of PTSD. Now, I mean, I gotta say though, Sheila did help save her life in that cabin with Miss Dillon and the rest of them. But prior to that, Steffi has had several run-ins. Whether she ran into Sheila, Sheila ran into her, whatever the situation is, it's always been some type of volatile experience, and Steffi has gotten the brunt of it. I mean, her mom has gotten shot by Sheila too, correct?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So
Her
I
mom and her
mean,
grandma.
what'd you say?
Didn't she also shoot Stephanie?
Yes, she
Yeah, she
did.
did.
Her mom, grandma,
Exactly.
Brooke,
You know.
Steffi and Finn, which Deacon found them at the back of the restaurant.
Yeah. Yep. So, like you say, I agree with that, Keish, because I mean, my kids could say they can say, "Hey, mom, I don't like something like this," but you gonna watch what you say to me.
Right. Watch your tone.
Watch it. I'm still your mother, okay?
Exactly.
But I also understand her protective nature because Sheila will come for them. She need to come for Deacon. That's where her first alliance is. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, she will come as Taylor would be collateral damage in this situation. But your husband made a commitment to you.
Exactly.
He's the one
But
pushing, keeping it a secret when he didn't want you to keep secrets.
right.
And then
But we know that ain't how it's gonna happen.
exactly.
Just like Steffi said, she will blame Taylor and
Yep.
look past what Deacon is doing
Exactly.
Yeah.
and go after her.
Because then she gonna hold the highest level of her being a therapist. You're supposed to be his doctor. How could you? You doing this to him and you took
You
advantage of
manipulate
him.
him.
Right. Yep. 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 And yep. Which now I kind of want to circle back to this whole TMI conversation, because the thing is that I mean, she was laying on thick talking about, oh yeah, we was over and over, and I'm like,
I'm like, get it,
you,
girl.
where's your BFF, Lee? That's who you should be
Yeah,
telling it to.
that's a
Didn't she
great.
mention something to Deke
It's
too about?
something.
I can't remember what it was she said, but because I
Hmm.
remember Deke responding like, "I really don't need to know that, or didn't need to know that." But it was
Right.
something about her, and Sheila just has zero boundaries with everybody.
That's the crazy thing. When she was having problems in her marriage, she called Lee. I'm like, okay, so now you had some good nookie, and you should have called Lee and said, girl.
See, this is where J Money and I were like, is there a possibility that Sheila knows and that she's trying to
And
like,
antagonize.
yeah,
I mean,
like,
anything is possible.
yeah, but
Yeah, for me, if Sheila knows and this is the route that she's taking, in my opinion, makes her look pathetic.
Right.
Because you're instead of checking your man who's telling another woman that he loves her and he wants to be with her, you're in the other woman's face trying to, I guess, upset her or make her jealous. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and if Taylor backs off, your man is still in love with her. So now what?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is Brad Bill logic. There's a possibility that she knows and trying to use it to her advantage. And Ron Julian, have you been talking to J Money? Because he was thinking this. He was telling us this in the chat. This is what he was hoping for.
Now, if she was plotting to do something to both Deacon and Taylor, like she knows, and now she's plotting to do something to both of them, that would be a different story. I would understand that, and it would make sense, and it would be entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
But if her goal is to just, I guess, upset Taylor or make her jealous, and it's like, okay, that's bird behavior. And
That's
you're
what
going for
behavior?
that. Bird behavior.
Bird.
Because you're not confronting your husband that's committed to you. You're just trying to make the other woman jealous. But your husband literally is still in love with another woman. So you haven't really solved anything. You just gotten this woman to either back off or to just go home and pout. While your husband it has to be told to go have sex with you and is thinking of another woman. Like, there's nothing to celebrate there, Sheila.
I never heard of that term. Bird behavior, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know about it too, Bree.
Yep. But I think it could happen where she would get furious to the point where she wants to punish them both. I think Sheila's going to find out in the worst way possible. I think she's probably going to catch Taylor and Deacon in bed, because eventually they're going to get to that point. And they could do flashbacks of like her following Deacon, her seeing the kisses, and then her slowly plotting and planning or something. But there's a possible. I mean, if she knows, she's going to plan an attack on both of them. But if she doesn't, she's completely oblivious. It's still just as bad, because he's doing this behind her back, and he was holding her to a certain standard about being honest regarding the Luna thing. And meanwhile, he's sharing all of these kisses and saying that he wanted to plan a whole date while he's a married man and sticking around with this whole other woman and telling this woman telling this woman he's going to be thinking about her while he's with his wife. I mean,
This man,
that in itself is bird behavior right there.
This man,
that definitely is.
This man is so
So
goofy. He's willing to sit there
yeah,
and have a whole intimate connection in the middle of his restaurant. One of the employees had already said, "Well, I saw you." That's how Sheila found out that they was together.
I prefer them go the route of she knows and she's plotting against him, like she's plotting
yeah,
somehow to embarrass
that
him.
would that would be more interesting than what we're seeing now, because
Mm-hmm.
something's got to move it along.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think it's going to get to the point she's going to catch them both like in bed. Either she knows and she's setting something up, or she's completely oblivious and in shock or something. I don't know. But
Mm-hmm.
it would be more interesting if she was plotting.
Yeah. I still don't believe though that she's going to, when this all comes out, I don't think that she's going to do anything because of how heavy-handed everybody has been with saying, "Oh, she's gonna lose it if she finds out." I think it's going to be the complete opposite.
Yeah, the only thing with that becomes like a want type of moment because a lot of the fans are expecting a lash out.
Right.
Well, not if. Remember a few weeks ago when he was talking about opening up another restaurant or opening Bikini back up?
Mm-hmm.
And didn't somebody say, what if she kind of not takes him to the cleaners, but she ends up
Take
getting El
half.
Giardino in the divorce instead
And it
of
was
going.
money.
Yeah.
I don't
Instead
know
of
if they would go that far though.
I mean, this man can even go far enough to go to a divorce attorney. I mean, it's one thing. He's a lot of talk and no action.
Right.
Like, he said he loves a woman. Okay, prove that. He said that he wants to open a business. Okay, well, we haven't seen you do anything else besides run the tailor's office.
Right.
So, I don't know. Ron Julian had a question. He said, Bree, do you think that Sheila should report Taylor to the hospital board administration? She violated her ethics in being inappropriate. And that's the other part with this whole Taylor thing. Like, you could be risking your license because this is inappropriate behavior with this woman's husband. They are still legally married. And like in certain states, wouldn't it be called like alienation of affection or something like that?
Yep.
they ain't gonna do that though.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but like if because I don't think they have that in California, but like that would be grounds for that.
Right.
And you risk your license, your livelihood, because you're not married to no Forrester man. I don't know if you've got the money dried up or something, but it's the stupidity behind that. You get with this married man, and he was your patient, and she's risking more than she's gaining right now.
They'll completely ignore it the same way they ignored what Lee did with Luna.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. I agree. So it remains to be seen when this is all gonna explode. You know, and then they did this whole little goodbye moment. And I'm like, I hope this is goodbye. No, it's because you know what? I'm gonna ask that in the chat too. But because I'm curious to see, um, what they think about the do you like Taylor and Deacon together?
I'll say personally, I like them together because I like their chemistry.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't care for parts of how this is going. Like, it doesn't bother me that they went the emotional affair route. It's just some of the choices that they've made through this whole thing are just goofy. Like, not addressing why he, like, tell us why Deacon has not moved out yet. Have him talk about that. Like, it's just the little things that they're not having the character say that is bothering me with this. But I mean, other than that, it's a typical affair storyline, so it's not anything out of the ordinary for this show, especially. This is like the most tame thing they've probably done in the last couple of years.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys in the chat, there is a poll running right now. The question is, do you like Taylor and Deacon together? Yes or no? Now, I do see some of y'all commenting in the chat. I don't know if you've already voted and you just wanted to make sure that your answer is seen in the chat. But I'm just curious. It's, like I said, about over 100 people in the chat. Let me see your thoughts. I'm giving you some opportunities to engage now.
Yes.
So therefore you can get to have your say. So make use of it. I know a lot of times y'all hear us talk and chatter and you drop a comment or two, but now I'm putting y'all to work so y'all can put a vote in there and see what y'all think. So there you go. I see you, Aisha. Aisha said, "Oh heck no, terrible, just terrible."
Yeah, that's my sentiments. This is just terrible for Taylor. And the thing is, I used to have a huge crush on Deacon back in the day. And because this guy, he would have like incredible, like intense, like hot scenes with women. But I hate how they are going about this with Taylor and completely like altering this woman's character just to humiliate her. I think someone put this in the chat too. This is just another route to humiliate her. So like out of all the men, she has to play sloppy seconds and thirds to Sheila and Brooks men. So I mean, I don't know. I would have rather her been single or like something. I don't know.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm gonna end the poll. And it says 81% says no.
That's a landslide.
And 19% says yes.
J Money, if you're listening.
Diane says they're forced together. I totally agree with that. Me personally, I don't see the chemistry. I know Keish says that she liked the chemistry. J Money absolutely loved their chemistry. But I just don't see the chemistry between the two. That's just me. I mean, to each his own.
Yeah. I mean, eventually we'll get a love scene. Maybe that might change something.
Yeah. All right. Did we cover everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool beans. Oh boy, we got emergency vehicles driving around. Y'all can probably hear it in the background.
Oh, we had them earlier too while we were on the podcast.
On your end?
Yeah, because everyone's getting ready for spring break, and it's just the police are out. Let me just say that. A lot of activities in Orlando.
Hey, Keish, I know you are a couple states over. Did y'all get that 70-degree weather today? Okay.
Yeah, it was nice today.
Girl, wasn't it? I had all the windows open.
Same.
And the breeze was amazing. I was like, and I put on some lo-fi music to the house. I was just vibing.
It was definitely one of those kind of days.
I know, right? For a Monday, But yes, Bree, we finally got the 70s up here. I don't know how long it's gonna last. Like I say, I saw some on this about snow next weekend, but ugh. All right, let's
get if it snows here. I need to be done. I need the snow to be done.
And me too. I mean,
are you guys getting snow up there too, Keith?
I don't think so. I hope not.
Well, normally we'll get it first, and then we'll send it your way. So.
Oh no. Let me see. So far, no.
All I can say is that, If it why don't tease like you say. I need it to be over with. We got this. It's now getting dark at 7 o'clock since we're now on daylight savings time, and the sun is out longer. It's warm this past. It was supposed to be 77 this past Saturday, but it didn't happen. But man, it was amazing. I just don't like to be
Yeah.
teased only for the temperature to drop 40 degrees this later in the week.
Oh, it's gonna be down to 27 next week.
See,
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all.
you know what? Be quiet, Bree.
I'm trying to show some sympathy. This is just,
Oh man, girl, and I am not about to close my windows. I'm keeping it open. The breeze is nice. I'm like until that temperature falls out, the bottom fall out. I'm gonna enjoy this warm weather. All right, we gotta talk about BTG. Had a lot going on with the storyline with Jacob and Grayson. We had this thing going on with Haley last week because Bill is being played all kind of which ways. We had a battle of Nicole's men with Kyle and what's that boy name?
Carlton.
Carlton. And then it looked like Chelsea and Kat fixed their situation as well. And then she was trying to play. I don't know. Sometimes she just needs to go take several seats. Deanna
I
gonna
cannot.
definitely make her take a seat this week.
Wednesday.
Oh, I can't
In
wait
case
to see that.
Yeah, in case somebody wanted to know, I cannot wait for Wednesday.
All right, and then of course Leslie being put in her place. Derek decided to work over at the clinic, and he is the face of the clinic. And her and Vanessa was throwing barbs at each other. This sounds like a roast show. So where y'all want to go?
Oh goodness gracious! We can get I guess the Grayson
Mm-hmm.
Jacob thing out the way. Something told me he was going to be a part of this storyline.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like Jordy had pointed out before he started filming, or before his character started showing up on the screen, that he was trying to take care of his mom who's ill, and he was working all those extra hours, and he was trying to find ways to make extra money. So they're giving him an out with his reason as to why he's a part of this.
Mm-hmm.
I guess my question would be how far is Jacob willing to go at this point?
Well,
Because eventually,
go ahead.
no, I was going to say something eventually is going to happen to where he's really going to put his life in danger.
Well, I mean, the thing is, he did say that when he was talking to Smitty, that he was going to try to see if he was going to go in deep to get Grayson on their side to work with him. But we don't know what level this man is. Is he or is that woman? What's that? His boss that keep checking him?
The chief of the hospital.
Yeah, I mean, who's to say that she ain't part of it?
I'm convinced that it's not, that Grayson is not the one running it. I think he's probably just an errand boy, being told what to do, and they're paying him for it because he's desperate for money to take care of his mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I didn't even remotely think of that, T, because we're seeing her in scenes for whatever reason. She could be the ringleader of all of this.
Yeah,
well,
the way
after that conversation they had last week, it seemed like it was her.
That's what I'm talking about. She checked him, talking about you need to do what you're supposed to do or something like that. Yeah. I'm like, okay.
And I'm still not ruling out either Kyle or Carlton also being part of it.
You think Carlton and Kyle could be part of it?
One or the other.
Hmm.
possibly.
Okay.
I hope it's Carlton, because he needs something. He needs a little something for his character. Um, and I love Kyle, I really do, but that lady for sure, she's got to be the ringleader in all of this, and I can see Carlton going down the dark side because we've seen like changes to his behavior, and maybe this sort of like this goody guy that he presented himself to be, that could change, and that might give him a little oomph, a little something. Um, but I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I'm just wondering what's going to happen to Jacob in all of this.
Yeah.
I think I think as far as Carlton or Kyle go, the signs are gonna be in the way Nicole like responds to both of them, because of the way she was talking about Kyle today, not in a way like she wants to commit to one of them, but for a while it seemed like Kyle was just every once in a while hang out. She really wasn't completely into him, but now it's like she's starting to really like being around him, and he's like kind of gaining a little bit on Carlton. So my thought is, if she starts to get like super close with Kyle and kind of starts neglecting Carlton, it's probably him, because I feel like they're going to use that as a way to, which I hope they don't do that, but I feel like they'll use it as a way for her and Carlton to lock in together. Like if they find out that Kyle is this big bad dude, and she's gonna go to Carlton like, oh, I should have listened to you, or I shouldn't have pushed you away, or I don't know, some BS. I hope that's not what they do, but
So you don't want her with Carlton?
I I don't really care either way. I do like Kyle. I think Kyle is a more interesting character.
Oh, it's just something off about that dude. But for me, but go ahead.
I just don't want them to. I don't want them to use if it is Kyle. I don't want them to use this as an opportunity as to why she commits to Carlton. Because for Carlton, the commitment thing for him is like the big thing, and she's not ready for it. And I don't want them to use this as a reason for him to say, I told you so, in order to get her. You know what I mean? I don't want her to go running to Carlton like, oh, I should have committed to you when you asked a long time ago, or I should have never given Kyle the time of day, and I'm so sorry. I don't want that to happen.
Mm.
Kind of like how Claire is trying to crawl back and get around Kyle now after she was ran through by Holt.
Yeah, like if it ends up being Kyle, I still want her to stick to her guns of, I'm still not ready to be in a committed relationship with you. Like I still want my freedom. I want to do my own thing, and either you're going to deal with it or not. I think that's what I don't like about Carlton, is that he keeps pushing the commitment thing with her, and it's like she just got divorced. It ain't even been 6 months yet.
Right. And that's the thing I think that's appealing about Kyle to her, is because he said, like, look, I'm not trying to wife you up. I think he did say that. And he's not trying to put this pressure on her. But me personally, I don't really care for Nicole and Carlton. Like,
is it because of the chemistry, or they're dry together, or what?
All of that. Same way with Adam and Chelsea now. Like when I see them on screen, I'm like, well, let me see if I need to change channel for a bit.
Wait a minute. So, and that's interesting, because most times you'll find that, well, what women say is that they want somebody who doesn't come with a lot of drama, who's nice or whatever. And I see comments in the chat saying that Carlton is boring.
Yes.
Aisha is like, but that makes him husband material. because the stability and predictability.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's just the way that he pushes the commitment thing for me too much when she's already told him, and she told him from jump she's not ready for that. That's what I don't like about Carlton.
Then she need to cut ties because they're not on the same page. So if she don't want a commitment and you coming across somebody that do, you need to walk away from that.
I mean, so does he though, because
Well, that's what
he's
I'm
if
saying.
he's
They
that
they need to
desperate.
walk away from that because if she's saying no, I just want to do me, and he's like, well, I want to be committed. Y'all on two different pages. Somebody is going to be a problem.
I think that she's always made that clear
She has, yeah.
to
Yeah,
both of the
but
men.
she also is still entertaining somebody who don't want the same thing that she wants.
Right.
So I mean, you can't keep accepting the phone calls, calling him for dates. Hey, let's hook up and stuff. When you know this man wants something more than what you want.
But he's accepting it too,
I understand,
knowing
but
that
she's
she doesn't want it. Because she's telling him like, if can you handle that, and he's like, yeah. But then 2 weeks later, he's back to the whole commitment thing. So I mean, I think it's on both of them. He's not being honest. I think she is, because she's telling him these are my boundaries. This isn't something that I want right now. Can you handle that? And he's telling her he can.
well. I mean, you can only control what you can control, and in that case, for her, if she knows that, you know, don't just believe something, believe their actions versus what they're telling you. And his actions are
Right.
telling her, this man wants something more than what I can give. I'm gonna have to stop you from don't call me. We can't do this then.
I mean, not if she's enjoying the
The
extracurriculars, then I would say that's on him, because she's already given him a heads up on what she wants. And if she don't want to give up those extracurriculars because they're that good, and he's telling her I can handle it, and he's the one that's choosing to not be able to handle it, then I feel like he's the one that needs to cut it off.
Yep. I agree with that, Keith.
She's going to reap the benefits as long as she can until he, decides that he can't handle not being committed to him anymore.
Because who's to say that, let's say that she gets bored of Kyle. Who's to say that she doesn't want to entertain another man or someone who's different? Like, she could just be going through like a season of like wanting to sedate guys. Mm-hmm. And he would be putting himself in a position of just sitting around and waiting, like he was doing throughout her entire marriage. To Ted.
Oh gosh.
And, like, that, to me, that's pitiful in itself. I don't know why. I don't know why Vernon was telling him, well, just wait a little bit longer. I'm like, he's a handsome, wealthy doctor. You would think that this man wants to have like a family. Why are you waiting for your best friend's like ex-wife like this?
After
Yes.
30 years at that.
30 plus years. Like, and who's to say that she might not want to get back with her ex-husband? It's just like all these extra variables. And I'm like, why would he want to put himself in that position? So it's hard for me to feel bad for Carlton. Yeah. Like Kyle, I can see he's not even remotely worried about trying to commit to anything. He could be sleeping with other women. He's good with it. But you can't wipe somebody up who doesn't want that commitment.
I just see a recipe for disaster with this whole thing. Eventually, somebody's going to have to say something. And if he's not going to do it, then it's up to her to say, listen, this ain't what I want. I understand you said that you can handle this, but your actions and showing up to my daddy's house asking to see me, date me, you're going too far. So I'm going to have to cut you off.
That was so pathetic. Or I won't say pathetic. It was corny.
So I mean, at some point, if he's going to continue, I mean, if somebody continues to push me, I'm going to have to block you. I'm going to have to stop you. You're going to have to go that
Mhm.
way. I'm going to go this way. Because you don't get the, I've been trying to tell you, you ain't getting it. So I'm going to cut you off.
You never gonna get it. You never gonna get
Yeah,
it.
exactly. At some point, I mean, to assume that, well, he's continued to give it to me, I'm just gonna take it. He say he's cool with it, when clearly he is not. You going to protect yourself. Not saying he's gonna do anything to her, but to protect your boundaries, you got to establish them and make them firm. Like, okay, I'm done. I'm out.
I yeah, but this is a grown man. Well, these are grown people. No one's people have the capability of saying no at any point in time,
And I
and
agree with you on that. He does. And he's saying that he can handle it, but it's clearly that he can't. So now it's up to her to say, okay, yeah, you're not getting it. I can't deal with you no more. Because she's the catalyst in all of this. Between
it's a,
both these men, she's the catalyst.
I still
yeah,
think it's up to him. That's she's doing her thing, getting what she can get out of it. It's on Carlton if he chooses to not be able to deal with being a friends with benefits right now. It's not her responsibility to make sure that he's okay.
But it's for
She's asked
herself.
him
It's
multiple
not for
times, and
him.
he's
It's not
and
for
he said
him.
yes.
Yeah, but it's
Huh?
not for him, Keish. It's for herself. If she figure that this is becoming way too uncomfortable because he's not sticking to the program, then for herself, not for him, but for herself, she
Well,
needs
yeah.
to say, "No, we're done."
Well, yeah. If she starts to feel uncomfortable with it, but so far she hasn't been. She's just made sure that he understands. I'm not at the point where I can commit to you because I'm not ready for that. And he's saying yes. So as long as you're telling me yes when I ask you that question, then there's nothing else to discuss when it comes to being in a relationship. I'm getting what I want from you. You're supposedly getting what you want from me because you said you were okay with this. And if she starts complaining now to Vanessa, I'm starting to get uncomfortable with Carlton, but she doesn't do anything about it, then I'll say she's she's not being smart about the situation and she needs to cut it off. But if she's not uncomfortable with Carlton and she's enjoying his company, when he's around, then I don't think she's I don't think she's doing anything wrong.
I think she is a little bit uncomfortable because she's pulling toward Kyle more than him.
I think she probably has more fun with Kyle because she knows Kyle doesn't care about committing.
Right,
But I think if
exactly.
she was uncomfortable with Carlton, she would say so.
especially since they had the friendship for years. Like, I don't think that it would be much for her to go to Carlton if she was uncomfortable. Um, but I do agree with T. If she is starting to kind of feel away and that's kind of making her pull back and pour towards Kyle, then she needs to kind of reassess if she wants to pursue anything forward, even with the friendship with benefits. Because if she values her friendship with Carlton, then she needs to put whatever they're doing on ice and just let them be friends, since he's not in a emotional, I guess, position to handle what she's trying to do right now.
I mean, them two guys was about to come to blows up in the locker room and on the basketball court. Now that necessarily don't have anything directly to do with her, but the fact that these two men in the situation that she in, because Kyle had a little bit of a spark when he found out that Nicole asked Carlton out. So it's like if you don't really care about what's going on, Kyle, why is that something that kind of cinched you a little bit? So maybe he ain't there yet like Carlton, but at some point there's some sort of who gonna get this girl, because I mean if Kyle didn't care, why even go back and forth with Carlton like they did in that locker room? Because he'd be
Mm-hmm.
like, well, dude, hey, I just want to kick it with her. It ain't that serious for me. No, they was about to go to blows up in there.
Well,
That's why I said
whenever,
this is a disaster waiting to happen.
whatever Nicole is doing, maybe she need to coach Taylor because Nicole got these men circling around, so she's able to move on and move forward and get a man of her own.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got to keep it moving. Okay, so we talked about that. We talked about that. We did see in today's episode where Vanessa told Joey how, and this kind of, obviously leads into Deanna arrival, how much she wants to have this little dinner, and Nicole said something very interesting. She said, "What are you trying to make Joey into?"
Mm-hmm.
Because you trying to bring him at special events and you want him around your kids and you want to act like y'all going on regular dates, and are you trying to change this man who has a dark side into somebody else?
Well, I feel like he's changing himself
Mm-hmm.
because he could have just, especially after what he did to Doug, he could have just wiped his hands clean. But the fact that this man moved himself into Doug's home, the fact that he's trying to be more public with her because she asked, he actually cares about her feelings, he cares about her kids' feelings, like he's changing himself for her.
Mm-hmm.
Does he care about her kids' feelings?
Hmm?
I said, does he care about her kids' feelings though?
I don't really think he do.
Does.
I don't think he does. I think he care about enjoying time with Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to keep her son there while they were grieving, and he was trying to remove himself.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
I think maybe he feels
guilty or something?
Guilty because he met her kids and he knows that he's responsible for their father's death. I don't know if he cares about them kids.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's a mix of guilt, but
you can't care about some kids who you didn't unalive their dad just so you could be with his wife.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that he's like letting her more into his world, I mean, she's running his whole brothel of all things, and I don't know. I feel like he's in this just as much as Vanessa is at this point.
I think he cares about Vanessa for sure.
Right.
But I think he only cares to a certain extent when it comes to the kids, because you can't convince me that this man cares about these kids when he took their dad out simply to be able to keep seeing the mom.
Right. I mean, this man was so, he got to be cold blooded, or what's the term I want to use? Not emotionally attached. He was willing to bring this, and like you said, maybe it's a little bit guilt, but he was thinking about having Darnell come and work at the casino and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, how are you able to do that knowing you took this boy's daddy out?
And he just despised Doug. I think that's the thing that kind of pisses me off with Vanessa. We know that she wasn't in love with Doug anymore, but the way that he used to dog him, the father of your kids, like the disdain he had for Doug, and again, the father of your kids, and you're just like drooling over this guy. It just that I think that's what bothers me about her. Like, you're letting this man who disrespected your husband every day that you talk to him, disrespected your husband, move into their daddy's house.
Right.
At the same time, what can she say? I mean, she was dogging Doug for years when she was sleeping with other men. Like, I mean, this is prior to Joey. So what more could she say? She's did far more worse dogging her own husband out than Joey could ever say.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot wait for Deanna to learn all about her mammy.
Man,
this is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, this is gonna be ugly, and that's what she get, because not only did Joey tell her, but Nicole tried to tell her too. Like, look, don't you think this might be a little bit too soon?
Yeah, the desperation for people to accept Joey is just weird from her. Like, I knew she was a bird when she skipped Thanksgiving with her kid. I think she spent Thanksgiving with them early so she could be with Joey for the holidays. And it's like, this is their first holiday without their father. And instead of being with them, you wanted to be with your new boyfriend who hated their dad.
Keish, she spent all 3 holidays with this man.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
There was always an excuse as to why they weren't there.
Yeah, she always kept them kids in school. They could never seem to ever come home.
Nope. Well, Deanna didn't want to come home, but she kept, when her son, oh, you need to go on back to school. I'm like, dang, the boy ain't ready to go.
She was trying to push him out the door.
I know, right?
Yep.
She couldn't wait till that boy leave and get up out of there.
Oh.
So yeah, looking forward to that on Wednesday. Let's see. Haley is. I'm wondering how much information Joey knows. Do he actually know that her and Randy are related?
He knows something going on with them.
And that's the thing with Randy. I'm like, this is the same man who put like a wiretap or something on his phone or on his car, and he was able to track and hear the conversations or something.
Right.
So who's to say he's not doing that now? Who's to say that he's not keeping tabs on Haley's conversations, or like had someone put a tap on her phone?
Well, we know Randy isn't the smartest tool in the shed. So.
No. He looks good though, but
he does.
Yeah, I don't know that. And I mean, even in today's episode, Joey played along calling this man Sammy. He ain't telling Bill nothing.
I am so tired of. I don't mind the Joey character, but the way they have him being pretty much the smartest character on the show, who finds everything out. It's like he's the one that knows everything, or that finds out, discovers everything, all the little secrets and stuff like that. And it's like, why does it have to be him? Why? Why is he the one with all the power? Why is he the one that gets the leg up on everybody? I mean, him and Leslie both, but like mainly him in the way that matters.
Someone has to be the Victor Newman of the show.
It's a shame that would be him for multiple reasons.
That is a valid point. I was actually hoping they would write Bill Hamilton that way. as
Yeah.
like the Victor Newman
Yes.
of
Type. Mm-hmm.
Fairmont
That's who it
Press.
should have been, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But they even got Bill acting like an airhead when it comes to Haley. Unless this is about to be a plot twist and he's been on to her all along.
Well, I
I would love
mean,
that.
this girl done got so far where he was able to go and drop, is it Lynette's charges?
Yeah.
She's living up in a hotel and everything, all because, oh my God, she was out there when I was mugged.
Yeah.
Something's got to give with Joe. That was, I don't know. I'll keep my mouth shut on that one.
You gotta drop it in the group chat what you want to say.
Yeah.
I will.
I'm curious. uh, exactly, Jenna. Tomas knows something too.
Yes, he's definitely onto something that Haley, between Haley and Lynette.
Mm-hmm.
Him, and wasn't he talking to Caroline about it?
Well, a while back,
Yes,
yes.
it was.
It was after she the quote unquote mugging, because she had the files for her case.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking to Caroline about it, asking why she was the one taking that information to Lynette, because it wasn't her job to do or something.
Right. And then remember, I was hoping that they would have did a better job at the scene. Oh, look, I got an issue with the show. Can you believe it? That they did a better job with that scene with Chelsea confronting Haley when she saw how intense that conversation was over at the bar area.
And there was so obviously, like, there was something going on there. It was so obvious.
And they let that girl play, oh my God, PTSD victim. And they had to walk her up out of there and they felt sorry for her. I'm like, oh man.
I think eventually all of these lies that Haley is telling, I don't think she's going to catch up with them. I think she's going to just say whatever's convenient. And then when someone's going to trip her up with a lie, then somebody might actually catch on. But the fact that her whole husband is this powerful criminal defense attorney, he got all these connections to everybody. He's one of the smartest men in town. This girl is playing him in his face.
Mm-hmm.
And so far she's doing it well. So I'm assuming they dropped the whole poisoning storyline.
Yeah, because I haven't seen anything else regarding that.
They need to drop that one.
You ain't like
I mean, it hasn't. It's not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that she's not going to actually unalive him. And it's just overall ridiculous that she's been poisoning him for months. And I don't know, maybe in the real world it would take months for the amount of poison and maybe the type that she's using. But at this point on the show, it's like, okay, either this is going to have an effect on Bill or it's not. And if it doesn't, then have her say, hey, I need something stronger, or we need to change plans because this isn't working.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where are we going with this?
Exactly. And then they introducing the whole, well, see, here's the thing though, because remember last week Randy and that whole conversation that they were having intensely, he was saying that he want his part of his payoff. So the only way she gonna get that money is if he's unalived. So are they switching up a different way for her to do it? But as recent as last week, he was still talking about that plan.
And Bill is back to talking about the baby.
Right.
A baby.
Which is so... If Haley was smart... I thought she was smart, but she's extra sloppy right now. wouldn't this be the route that you want to go in as the widow with a child and have the bigger payoff or something? Like, it shouldn't take this long. If this is what she's done for years and had husband after husband, like, how did she get away with it
Mm-hmm.
in a short amount of time?
I don't think she was marrying the man. I thought when her and Randy were like rehashing her history or their history of scheming, I didn't think she married any of them. I thought, however she did it in a way where she wasn't getting married, because I thought she said Bill was the first one that she married or had been with for as long as she had, because it's taken so long to, I guess, devise a plan.
Yeah.
I think it was something like that she's been with Bill the longest, but I thought that she was married to the men that she was with. Like how she would get married, something would happen, and she reaps the benefits.
Jenna said, did Bill ever do a background check? No. He was checking her back all right, but it wasn't a background check.
No, he was too busy trying to check Andre's background and hire private investigators for him.
Right. Yeah, you do a background check on Andre, but not on. Yeah, go figure. Yeah, but this girl is playing in this man's face. And then Bill asked him today, is there anything that you know about what's going on? And I'm like, come on, Joey, you gotta say something. I would assume these two are more friends. Why are you covering for her and Randy over telling Bill, who y'all been doing favors for all this time?
I don't think he's covering for her. I think he's positioning himself to make sure she's in his back pocket to do favors.
Yep. Okay. That's exactly what it is.
That makes sense.
Because he wants to push Bill to do this political thing, which is what's going to be leading up towards the summer when Y&R does their crossovers. And it's Bill and Martin going in like a political back and forth. Yeah. So I think he's going to tell her, I'll keep quiet as long as you push Bill to be a political candidate against Martin.
Gotcha.
That makes sense. And I think the favor that Martin owes Joey's going to position Bill to actually win.
Wow. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. Okay. Chelsea and Kat. I guess they obviously hashed out their relationship, which is, they were mad at each other because of whatever. She wanted to move, and I guess part of her felt like she was being a third wheel. But at some point, I would assume that Chelsea had to know that Kat couldn't be around her and her wife full time like that.
That's why this whole argument was ridiculous. Chelsea jumped all the way out the window when Kat told her that she was moving out and made it about herself. And she turned the situation into an argument, and it didn't need to be. She made it seem like Kat was moving to punish her, and because she was jealous of her and Madison getting engaged. And it's like, she literally said none of that. And then when she goes and talks to other people, she frames it. That's how she frames it. Is Kat feels like I'm replacing her with Madison. She feels like she's not important in my life anymore. She's moving to punish me. She's mad at me about, because I was going to move to Denmark, but I didn't go. And she's not happy for me. I think she said today, she told Naomi that Chelsea isn't happy for her, or Kat isn't happy for her. And I'm like, she actually said she was happy for you more than once. She said she loves Madison. So why are you telling everybody that she's upset that you're engaged. Like, she completely, every time they get into an argument and Chelsea goes and talks to somebody about their argument, she completely changes the narrative of the situation to make it seem like Kat is mad at her for no reason, or Kat was the one that started the argument.
Because once again, some people like to be professional victims.
Or be the focal point of attention too.
Mm-hmm. Like
Key
and
said,
it's
she
easy
made it
to
about herself.
and it's and they love and it's not just Chelsea. A lot of them love using Kat as the scapegoat.
Yeah.
To either push their narrative or push their point and get sympathy for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because Kat, if anything, has always been blunt with her feelings and her emotions. She doesn't care who it is. So she wouldn't sugarcoat if she was unhappy or jealous of Madison. She wouldn't sugarcoat her feelings with her best friend. The same best friend who she went out of her way with Jacob to try to save from Allison. But we forget that part. So I just don't understand, like, how long was Chelsea expecting for Kat to live with her? Because the girls are approaching 30. Like, she doesn't have to give Chelsea an excuse. Like, it shouldn't matter. She wants to go. She wants to go.
And I mean, Kat even told her, "Hey, how is it that you had your own place living in the city? It's about time for me to get out there and do my own thing and get my own spot." You know, and then she was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I guess it wasn't about me." No, it wasn't. You know,
Yeah.
Tomás said, "Listen, you can't stay. I don't want you moving in with me because you just ain't got no place to go. You know, try to figure."
Thank God.
I know.
I was so glad he told her no.
You know, but you know, I'm glad that she's able to get her own place, and they figured that out because that whole argument was ridiculous.
I know, it was so dumb.
Yeah.
And it didn't even need to happen.
No. Nope.
And I think that one of the things that annoyed me the most was that neither Vernon nor Naomi or Danny looked at Chelsea and said, "You are tripping."
Mm-hmm.
If Kat wants to move out, that's fine. It's okay. Like, why are you tripping about that? Nobody said that to her. They all just kind of, it was like they were all appeasing her.
Well, on the flip side of that, Keish, Nicole said it was Kat.
Of course she did. Nicole always blames Kat. She is the most unsupportive parent on that show when it comes to at least Kat anyway.
Yeah. I agree with that because Taylor could never. Like, I can't think of the time that Taylor has ever took up for anyone else outside of her daughter. Like, she was always 10 toes down for her daughter, no matter how many Taylors have changed throughout the years.
Yeah. I mean, she did write out the affair with Bill, the emotional one, the first time around. She told Katie about that, which she should have.
Yeah.
Yep.
So. Yeah, but that conversation with Kat today was so gross. Like, just one time, can we see Nicole actually support her? And then the fact that she just dropped the whole Eva Leslie comment in there, and it's like, Kat wasn't even talking about them. That didn't even come up. What would you need to bring that up for?
Right.
And she acts like you would think that every scene that we see of Kat, she's talking about Eva and Leslie because she told her that it's consuming her life. And it's like, we haven't heard Kat talk about Eva and Leslie for months until a couple of weeks ago when they had that run-in at Orphe Jeans. And they brought, Laura's accident back up again. But before that, it's not like she runs around harassing people the way Leslie does. It's not like in every conversation she has, she somehow is bringing up Eva's name the way Eva does with her. But they always want to frame it as Kat is obsessed with Eva and Leslie and taking them down. It's like, but she's not. She is living her life. She's just not ignoring that Eva and Leslie are evil.
Mm-hmm.
I think that
mm-hmm.
when they think of obsessed, they think that she's just obsessed with being angry, and and rightfully so. Like, she doesn't have to like them or have to move forward in any kind of way. Like, she doesn't care to deal with them, but they keep throwing, especially Eva, in her face every chance that they get.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate when no one cares to see Kat's side of things.
Yep.
Like, she's entitled to her feelings too.
Yep.
They don't even try. They don't even try to understand.
Nope.
And Kat shouldn't even have to explain to them why. Like, why is it that no one else gets this? And the way Nicole was talking about how she needs to get over it and she just needs to drop it and move on. It's like, it's not like Leslie backed into her car. Like, she literally almost unalived somebody twice.
Yep. They were an employee, which you would think they would move mountains for since she's still working for them.
But I don't know. This is goofy. That's my frustration with this whole part of the show is we're in the same position we were a year ago with Kat and Leslie and Eva. And it's like, either this needs to result in something or just drop it. Because why do they keep bringing it up?
Because
if not to just make Kat look like the irrational, like they say on the show, she's obsessed with this Eva Leslie vendetta. It's like, okay,
it causes
every 3
division.
months.
That's why. And you got a bunch of fans going back and forth online.
Yeah.
Kind of like how they did with the... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, I just need them to progress the story. It's not going anywhere.
Right.
It's just the same every couple months, every quarter. It's the same dialogue when it comes to the three of them.
It's kind of how for years they had Steffi and Hope go back and forth with each other. You got divide. You got the Hope fans and you got the Steffi fans. It's the same thing.
I feel like at least in their story, there was like a beginning and an end before they started another round of drama. There was something that would start and then it would end at a certain point before something else started. This has literally just been the same thing since the beginning of the show, and it's gone nowhere. It's stayed at, everybody tells Kat she's wrong. Everybody tells Kat she needs to get over it. Everybody tells Kat she's got to stop being mean to Eva, and everybody defends Eva, and everybody says that you just have to ignore Leslie. Like, it's literally been the same thing for a year now.
That sums it up. I agree with that 100%.
Yep. So
the one thing is, I don't know, a couple of people actually checked Eva on some of the stuff that she had done to Kat, or there was something that Leslie lost out on, like maybe she didn't get the house across the street from the Duprees, or maybe somebody snatched his clinic back from her because it wasn't her idea, or something. But like, literally nothing. No results, no effects of anything.
Nope. So I agree. I mean, it's almost like, and I think that's why Because I did a standalone video about the two of them, and it's a mixed bag when you have two opposing characters and their fan base. And that's the purpose of this whole thing, because they could have easily just said, oh, we're sisters, let's get to know each other and get along. Nope. So they're going to drag this out for a while. Like you say, we've been dealing with this since the beginning of the series, so, and it doesn't seem like it's going to come to an end. Plus, Leslie has pretty much made it up the ranks to fit in as an antagonist, a rich antagonist in this whole group of cast members or characters. So yeah, she ain't going nowhere anytime soon. She gonna be around there antagonizing people. And you would think with the Laura situation that should put her away, but that would end that character, or at least put her on ice for a while. And I don't think they're ready to do that yet.
Yeah, and I don't expect them to.
Right.
But I expect some other type of punishment.
Right, you expect something, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And then the final piece we're going to talk about is Ted getting grilled by Shanice's aunt. What did y'all think about that?
I didn't even see that part.
That was on Monday.
They got him meeting family members. At least somebody was able to do it. It wasn't gonna really be Nicole.
Yeah, because she definitely did. She definitely did the research on Ted. And then talking about, well, if you can deal with me, you can deal with I guess her brothers or something. I don't know, something like that she was saying. I'm like, oh, okay. They that deep? They just start talking.
Yeah, that was a bit surprising to me.
Right. Exactly, Aisha. She says too early for that.
Yeah. Because they started dating because I know they had like the New Year's Eve kiss, and that kind of kicked
this
everything
is
off.
March, so I would say maybe about 3.5 months.
Okay. So it's a little serious. I mean, me personally, I couldn't take a man seriously who still lives in a hotel. Like, if he really wanted to move forward, and he lived in a hotel for almost a year, y'all. He a man with money. It'll be a year in May.
Yep, it'll be a year in May.
So, she's meeting up with him, so he's going to her spot, and she's going to the hotel.
Yeah, let me see. Well, we had a whole bunch of CEOs living in hotels over at the GCAC, too, so.
And it's also pitiful.
Exactly.
His own daughter is looking to try to get her own place, and you have this grown man, and he's dating this woman, and he hasn't even made an effort to try to get about the hotel. I
haven't even had him say anything in dialogue about finding a place to stay.
Exactly.
But he want a whole girlfriend.
That's why I think he's either going to end up moving in with Leslie when they give her little set for her house, or he's going back to Nicole.
Yep.
It's one or the other.
Oh, man. So that means poor Shanice, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really expect that to
y'all don't think that's going to go nowhere?
No.
Okay.
I think he's going to end up with Leslie or back with Nicole by the end of the season, I believe.
Well, I guess we will find
Which is fine, because I actually want Shanice with somebody better than Ted.
Yeah, but who? Who's available?
I don't know. I'm still team Derek and Shanice.
I don't know. I would say, I don't want to say Carlton. I just want something better than Ted for Shanice. I just do. If this man was really intentional about moving forward his life and having, because what is he going to offer Shanice? Maybe she wants to have children. maybe he's done with that part of his life. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe he just wants to just have a girlfriend and she comes and see him at the hotel sometimes. That's just, I don't know.
Mm.
Like, what is he offering her? So I don't think it's going to just last long just in general. But
Mm-hmm. Well, it would be interesting to see how that's going to go. But at least for right now, he got grilled by the auntie. So that whole thing was crazy. But she called him out, though.
good. Oh,
I'll
I'm
have to
so
go back
happy.
and watch that one.
Yeah, it was on
I
the
remember-
Monday, March 2nd episode.
I remember up to the point when she met her at the hospital, and I think they walked off. But I guess I just didn't finish Monday's episode,
Oh, okay. Yep.
or maybe I just missed that scene. I don't know.
Yep. So, yeah, maybe go check it out so you can see exactly what Auntie had to say. Because he was over there looking real crazy. He tried to hold his own a little bit, but... Alright, did I miss anything else? Because we covered a lot of pieces.
Yeah, we did. I think we're good. I think,
Okay. Cool.
yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and get to these segments.
I'm going to stay quiet on this one because I don't have any.
Oh, for Y&R flip?
For any of them.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I just didn't prepare myself.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Okay.
All right. So, Bree, flip the script for Y&R. What you flipping?
I would have Phyllis kept everything moving. I didn't understand like why she even went to Victor. Because at this point, everyone in town says that she is selfish and self-centered, and like after the way Jack had treated her, I was honestly expecting her to just keep everything moving. The fact that she went to Victor, even like having a drink with him, trying to negotiate and trying to say like, I want to look good in front of my kids. I was like, that defeats the whole purpose of this takeover. And so I didn't like any of that.
My flip the script would have been Jack running through there, pushing her out the way and getting out that door.
Right.
I mean, you standing there letting this girl talk to you. Oh, talk to me. Have a drink. And, you need to see the real me and all this sort of kind of stuff. It was like, oh, okay, let me come over and give you a hug. Glad to see you. Push her on the bed and get up out of there.
Or knock her out. Something.
Well, I don't know about that part, Bree.
I mean, you're
but
held
at least
against your
push her.
will.
He got enough strength to just move her out the way.
It's survival of the fittest.
Right.
I'm trying to get her out of there.
The door, because she had moved away from the door. She's in the hotel room pacing and making drinks and bringing food and stuff. When she opened that door, that was your opportunity to push her out the way and get through there. I'm like, okay, you're not going to walk past this chick?
Right.
Yeah. So now we got to sit around and deal with that either until at least Diane and Kyle find him on that lake, or he figure a way to get past Patty. If she don't knock him out, I wouldn't trust. How you up in there drinking with somebody you ain't seen in a gazillion years? And she been trying to kill you before.
The same person who graduated from the psych ward.
Right. You talking about her, let's have some drinks. She drink from both glasses and you trust it still. I ain't drinking Jack. Oh, man. All right, what you flipping on bold?
I would have flipped. I would have wanted Steffi to bring up to Hope and Deke what happened to her in the alley. Because I feel like they really need a dose of reality check as to why she feels the way she does regarding Sheila being a threat,
Mm-hmm.
if Deacon and Taylor were to move forward. I would have loved for her to kind of revisit everything that's happened, including what happened to Hope's own mama.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I'm so sick of them painting her off as the bully in this
I
scenario.
agree. I agree. Um, my flip, instead of Steffi walking in there, I want Sheila to walk in there.
At this point.
At this, yeah, because I mean, after all of this girl been blissfully, as we know it, she might already know, unaware of what's happening. And while they was up in there saying their little goodbye, I thought she was gonna pop in there after Steffi, because they took a long time and dragged out that final scene where they were saying, "Well, I can see you again," and then they shared that kiss and all that. I'm like, "Where's Sheila? Where's Sheila?" So
Exactly.
yeah. And then I guess on the other storyline, I would have had them hash out, call Electra out on that kiss. You just let her get away with that. Talking about, yeah, but what about what you did? She looking at you like you crazy. You need to tell her what she did.
Yep, I agree.
So, what you got on BTG?
I'm trying to think, because we forgot to talk about that cat, the little verbal spat between Vanessa and Leslie. I wish that had gone on a whole lot longer than it did.
Mm-hmm. She backed up
It
after a
was
while.
so good.
Yep, it was. It was a little roast session.
Mm-hmm. I was here for it.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think. Well, it was something that I had. I'm just trying to figure out what it was that I wanted to flip. But yeah, I can't think of it right now. Dang it. It was something right on my tongue. And I can't remember. Oh, yeah, Chelsea should have took her phone and filmed that interaction. Don't go over there, because that girl obviously out manipulated you emotionally by playing herself as this, oh my God, I need a bodyguard, and that's what I was talking about. That conversation was too intense to talk about a transaction.
I agree.
You should have pulled
That's
out.
A really good one.
Yeah, she should have pulled out her phone and filmed them just going at it, and then she went right behind her back to her dad and be like, okay, do you know what's going on with this?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Because that should have been a pretty good snatch the rug out from under you moment, instead of her going over to that table, and then of course Haley out manipulated the situation. So,
mm-hmm.
All right. So now we're taking seats on Y&R.
The Abbotts for being scared to call the police.
I know, right?
They can take a seat. They're clearly a glutton for punishment, so they just might as well just wait their turn for Victor to do something to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Adam and Chelsea take a seat for being incredibly boring, talking about that whole thing about, oh, we don't have a job. What should we do? Get your own company started. Get to work. You got the money, Adam. Get to work. So yeah, I'm gonna get them a couple of seats for that nonsensical BS. What you taking seats on? Have them take a seat on Bold.
I'm gonna have the writers, and I'm gonna have Casey Castlebeck take a seat.
You be calling him Casey Castlebeck. It's
yeah,
Kasperzik.
What's his last name?
Casey Kasperzik.
that.
Every time I hear you
just,
say that, it cracks me up.
Bree pronounced that man's name different every time she
I
says
know, right?
it.
That's the same thing she did with Roger Horwath.
That's his last. I thought it was Hogwell.
No.
Oh Lord. Okay, Soapy's names is gonna forever be my struggle bus. Please forgive me. But y'all know who I'm talking about. So Casey Kerr,
Just say Casey K.
Casey K. I was about to say Cusack.
Oh my God.
They're going to take a seat just for the direction that we're going in with these four kids.
Yeah, I got you on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to get a writer some seats on that one. You know, it's just on that particular storyline. All that let's tease the audience after a bunch of miscommunication. Like, no, let's just get to the point
Mm-hmm.
and call that girl out. And on the flip side, I'm gonna have to have Deacon take a seat. He doing too much. It's like, dude, you so super thirsty. If you want out of that marriage, like both of you ladies said, go file for a divorce. It don't matter if you're trying to go to Taylor or anybody else. You want out.
Instead, he had his wife take a seat.
Right.
Mm-mm-mm.
All right. Seats on BTG.
I'm gonna have Chelsea and Nicole take their seats instead of it. I'm sick of them using, especially Nicole, putting all this blame on Kat for absolutely no reason.
Hey, Keish, are you still there? She might have.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Didn't you have some seats for BTG in the chat? Like 3 of them.
Oh yeah, it was Chelsea for telling that blatant lie about Kat. Vanessa for just being a dodo, and Nicole for being a horrible mother.
That's what I
She's the
remember.
worst.
I remember you specifically dropped those. I'm like, all right, she ready for these seats.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Vanessa a seat. Everybody trying to tell her to slow her roll and stop trying to push this man on her kids, especially her daughter. And she think, nope, I'm gonna do it. I want my life to be normal. They need to meet my mans. No, your daughter don't want to meet your mans. Sorry.
See, her taking seats has messed with her thought process.
Yeah, especially on that doggone blackjack table. She been taking
So maybe she shouldn't take a seat. Maybe she needs to just stand.
Yeah, maybe.
Sitting is a problem.
Oh my God, girl, you crazy. All right, star of the week, YNR.
I'm really trying to think of one. I guess I'll give it to Michelle this week.
Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I agree. I can go with that because she's been trying to stand on this whole thing by herself, and keep an eye on Lauren tomorrow. I don't trust her.
Oh, please don't tell me. Really? That's gonna break my heart. I thought she was all for.
Yeah, I don't trust none of this because yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about, and yeah, I'm like, girl, what you doing? Mm-hmm. All right. Starbold.
I guess Jackie.
Oh yeah, Jackie's standing up for her family against her mama and well, yeah, the married man. So
Yeah, because I was about to say Ashley, but I was like, well, I'll probably give it to Jackie this week.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I agree with that. I was gonna try to maybe give Will one, Give Crew one because he ready to punch RJ in the face. So
Hmm.
these two cousins.
Do
Um,
they know that?
yeah, you would think they gonna make this a Ridge Junior and it's basically because
That's
isn't
exactly what
Bill
that
is
is.
William Spencer. Will is William Spencer the third, right? And Bill is short for William Spencer Senior. Am I correct?
Yes.
So Liam, no, Liam is William Spencer III because Bill is named after his father, William
Okay,
But
Sr.
so
isn't his father's name William though, not Liam?
No, his father's name is William. They're all William.
But
except for
Liam's name is
Wyatt.
actually Liam on his birth certificate, not William.
No, it's William.
Huh? Wait.
Yeah.
Liam and Will can't have the same name, or I mean they can, but I don't think they do.
It's like George Foreman, like how he named all his kids. George
I
Foreman.
don't think Liam's actual name is William though. I think it's Liam.
We'll do some research, y'all. But I could have sworn it was William Spencer III. At the amount of times that he's been married, that stuck out. So Will should be. I don't think he's the fourth. I think he's just Will Spencer.
Okay, so according to this, it says yes, Liam Spencer on The Bold and the Beautiful is William Liam Spencer III. He is the son of Bill Spencer Jr., introduced in 2010. So that means that Will, little Willie, at the over at Forrester, he got to be the fourth.
But the fourth would be if Liam were to have a son. If he's taken after his father's name. That's weird. Like I said, it's like the George Foreman thing.
Let's see. No, they have it here as William Will Spencer the fourth is played by Crew Morrill.
How is he the fourth? He's not Will. He's not Liam's child.
Well,
I don't know. Oh well.
He's Bill's child though.
He's
and Bill
Bill's
has
child.
a third, so he had to be the fourth.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, William Will Spencer the fourth. Currently played by Crew Merrill since 2024 and previously portrayed by Zane Acker, the real life son of Heather Tom.
Oh, that's right. That was a cute little boy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, so it's basically a replay of Ridge and Bill, just in their sons, except these two are actually related first cousins, versus Ridge and Bill are not related at all. So, oh boy, this is gonna be interesting. All right, star of the week on BTG.
I want to give that to Lauren Bergoli.
You're talking about Miss Vanessa?
Yes, Miss Nessa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she funny. She, especially when she was trying to connect them dates for Nicole. I was like, girl. And then she wanted a double date with Joey. I'm like,
that the
was
way he must be putting it down. Boy, is must be out of this world.
I don't even think it's like that. I think in her head, because she's dealing with a dangerous man, that mental stimulation is causing everything else to happen.
That's true. That could be it.
Yeah, because I mean, if he was some banker guy, would she have the same energy?
No.
Exactly. So the same man dressed up as the dark side, dangerous bad boy guy is a turn on for her just before she even get into bed with him. Now she's in bed with him, it's extra. Yep. So, all right, it's getting late. I know it's like 11:30 where y'all are, and plus we lost an hour yesterday, so it feels later than usual.
I didn't even realize it was daylight savings time until
This
this
morning.
morning.
Yeah.
Are we in the same time zone, T?
No. It's 10:30 here.
Oh, figured it would have changed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
Nope. Y'all moved up, we moved up. Everybody moved up in the United States, so pickle of the week, Y&R.
Victor is getting a pickle. He's one of the despicable men on the show.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna get Diane a pickle for telling her son not to call the police.
Yeah, she lost all her logic right
I'm
there.
like, I was clapping when I heard Kyle say, I'm gonna call the cops. And Diane was like, oh, put your phone away. I'm like, why?
Right.
Why? All right, pickle bold.
I'm going to give that to Deacon.
I agree with that.
Like, just be with your wife.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and be with your wife. Like, it wasn't a struggle for him to get it up and be intimate with his wife. Just go be with your wife.
Exactly. You see, he took that drink before he went upstairs. I was like, man, it's like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree with that. I'm gonna give him the same thing, Bree. What about BTG?
I love Bill, but I'm going to give him a pickle. He should be smarter than this by now.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it to Chelsea with this whole fight and everything. It's like, girl, did you actually think the girl was gonna live with you and Al and you and Madison after y'all get married? The girl had to move on. She got a whole boyfriend too. What, he was gonna come over there and hang out with y'all too? No, she needs
Chelsea
her own space.
I think Chelsea got a codependency problem.
She's very immature.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem.
Immature. So Chelsea's the one that's selfish. Everybody tries to say that Kat is the selfish brat. That Chelsea to me has come off as more of a selfish. Yes.
Yeah, she's self-centered. It's always about her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And her being, oh, you acting like this because of me? No, because she want her own place. She needs her space. You had yours. Let me get mine.
Right. Mm-hmm. When she said, well, you don't have to move out, at least not yet. As if you move out when I tell you to move out.
Right.
When I'm ready for you to go, not when you're ready to go.
Right, because even when she said, well, I'm still moving out, she was like, I'm like, what's the problem? Y'all cousins, y'all, I mean, I understand y'all roommate, but you have a fiance.
Right.
Come on, girl. All right, what are we at, Simple Olympics?
Yeah.
What you got, girl?
So I unfortunately I gotta put my baby Will with bronze.
Okay.
Kyle is going to get silver for even entertaining a conversation or getting his hopes up when it comes to Claire. Gold is going to go to Holden, who is desperately trying to get with this girl at this point. And I think the biggest dummy of them all is going to be Taylor.
Okay. I got you. Adam, for, bowing down to his daddy. And then I'm going to give it to Kyle, Holden. Okay, that's bronze, silver, gold. And then I'm going to give it to RJ. RJ is so mad telling anybody who could listen about what happened with this situation. You went and kissed that girl, and you ready to go to blows with your cousin. It's like, because he jumped in his face when he saw
Mm-hmm.
Electra crying, So I'm like, dude, listen, you at work. Take that off. Take that off.
Right. And what is he doing at work? Is he working on? Is he
He
designing?
was in
It,
there
like,
sketching when them girls came in there.
so we couldn't get that with Thomas. Never mind.
Yeah. Miss Thomas got one episode when he said, "We're back," and that was it.
I mean, we're back from commercial break, but I mean, that's the extent of that.
Okay, we got Lily Winters.
Claire is gonna get the Lily Winters Award for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think Claire and Chelsea
Really?
on BTG.
Okay. Oh, Chelsea on BTG. Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
First, I was thinking about if you was talking about Chelsea from Y&R. I'm like, wait, what? But yeah, Chelsea from BTG. Yes, I could see that. I could see that. I could see that.
And I got like an honorable mention,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be Sally.
Oh, that's a good one. I'll take that one too. Yeah,
So they
cause
both get their awards.
yeah,
Yay!
cause she got the audacity to make that man look like a whole villain, and then turn around and say, you know what, we could have done this together, girl.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, she don't trust him. Okay, so which one is it? You want to do this or no?
Basically.
Oh man. All right, you guys, I'm gonna let you go. It is Monday. I know some of y'all got to get up and goes into the works tomorrow. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button on the way out if you have not. Make sure you hit the like button if you have not. And some things to look forward to, like tomorrow. Keep an eye out on Miss Lauren Finmore. And there's some clues that Kyle and the Abbotts pick up on where Jack might be located. So, pretty interesting stuff. We got Brianna on Deanna. Deanna. Deanna on Wednesday's episode of Beyond the Gates. There was some, if you I got IG or some of the other social medias, they have been posting that clip of her telling her mama where to go. So stay tuned for that. And I guess we'll see what happened with Bold. What's going on. These cousins are in each other's face. And I think from
Yeah.
what I read about us, because I did a spoiler video yesterday, um, that some of this stuff is going to start coming out about what Ivy is doing. So, yep. And I'm looking forward to seeing how Lily is going to show up on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I got. Y'all got anything else?
If anyone who's watching the replay, anyone from Canada, like a great, early birthday gift would be to see that episode of BTG for Wednesday. So if you're able
Ooh,
to post that, somewhere in the chat, like that would be
great.
like it would be greatly appreciated.
I know, right?
Just saying.
I would love to see what that's gonna look like, and hopefully
I know the
we don't
I know
get
the
no
Canada fans.
preemptions.
Yeah, because the Canada fans, they are, I believe, now 4 episodes ahead.
Oh my goodness! Wow,
So,
that's crazy.
if you guys want to share the wealth, share
Let us,
that Wednesday's episode with us. I
right.
mean,
Let us know where we can find it. I'd love to see it.
please, pretty please.
Yep, pretty please with ice cream and sprinkles. All right, you guys. I'm gonna let you guys go. Have an amazing week, and we will talk to you later in this week. My show should be on Friday this week. So, if you guys are available, or you ladies, I should say, are available, then yeah, we
Oh
should.
yeah, I'm
Okay.
good.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, so until next time, bye, Sophie.